Everyone, and welcome. We are Random Encounter Productions. I'm Cody Stone. With me tonight, we have
Carlos playing THOZIN Fahrenheit, the Half-Orc Tiefling Forge Cleric.
Eric playing SURAK, the Aarakokra Horizon Walker Ranger.
Cole playing playing OLORUN, the Aasimar Paladin Hexblade Warlock.
And I'm Matthew, playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
I'm Megan, playing SARAID Landir, the Glamour Bard Eladrin.
I'm KAITLIN, playing FABLE Frost, the Genasi Sorcerer.
Woo! Woo!
All right.
I wasn't the one that did it.
Did no one tell him we're not using the old characters anymore? Roll real fast.
Build a character real quick.
Guys, I'll take a quick break. I'll be right back.
We got 2 minutes, go.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. This is episode 2 of Disasters in Danger.
Woo! Episode 2.
2.0.
Right.
We'll find a subtitle for it
Episode
eventually.
2.0?
Yeah.
Hold while I put on music.
Yeah. Go for it.
Música.
Ready?
Para su seguridad, por
favor,
That's my favorite.
Bluetooth
connecting. It's actually what your speaking stones say to each other
Yeah.
when someone is
Great
calling.
Straight banger. We're talking about bangers.
Slaps.
It's a bop. I made Matthew watch some My Little Pony music
Okay.
earlier. It's perfect.
It's, okay, so
It's
My Little
better
Pony
than As in Right
songs are aggravatingly amazing.
Yeah, right? It's unfair how good they are.
Stupidly
I love that you're like
pitches.
There's
aggravating.
no reason that all of them need to go that hard.
They
And yet
do it
they
for
do
us.
for us.
No, they do it for friendship. Because friendship is magic.
As is their fucking soundtrack. I hate it. It's amazing. It's so
I
good.
hate it. It's amazing.
It's so good. So,
There's
welcome,
audio coming
everybody.
out of
Welcome.
these. That's what the audio is happening.
I'm hearing singing.
It's the channel. Fixed it.
oh,
Okay.
Hello. I
Hi.
had a long afternoon.
No, you just...
I just finished as we were going live the fucking backstory videos.
Which are wonderful.
Thank you, Eddie's
Amazing.
No. Yes.
No.
So, welcome everybody. We first off want a couple quick announcements. We want to say thank you to our sponsors for this campaign, which is Norse Foundry.
Yeah.
Norse Foundry.
So, we will be doing a giveaway, not tonight, but do stay tuned in the future. We're going to be getting Norse Foundry a set of dice for us to give away. They are wonderfully expensive, and
Yeah. Yes. But these are
wait, no,
these are
different.
these are different. These are my new winter sets.
Oh my
But they are
god.
the Draugr set from Norse Foundry.
Oh my god. I want to
Nice.
touch them.
From
I won't,
over
but-
here,
oh my
they
God.
look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Damn,
They're
I saw them.
gorgeous. All the crits are different symbols that are very
super
Skyrim,
shiny.
Skyrim and Draugr-esque.
Yeah.
Draugr.
So
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
nice. So
Good night.
It's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
that's gonna be a lot of fun. Also, we are so far so good. We've been doing super well at getting the podcast up,
Yes.
Yeah.
and
You say that there's been one episode, so
I
I don't
know.
feel so
Hey,
great.
listen.
Hey,
yeah,
Super good.
as
Super
someone
good.
with experience,
It's
That's
more
a-
than-
that's
it's more than
100%.
zero.
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
is-
It's
it is-
100.
It is 100%
100%
of our episodes.
That's
And
right.
I'm amazing.
Yeah.
Huh.
Between the videos, the podcast,
Yeah.
bro, you're on
Yeah.
a roll.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit over here and smell this nice tray the rest of the night.
So I believe our patrons get some early access to that, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely check that stuff out. Also, patrons automatically get entered to enter any of our giveaways.
Is this what
And
it's
we're-
like to like drugs?
Nope.
this is nerd. Those are nerd drugs right there.
Also from Norse Foundry.
Sorry.
So we go support Nurse Foundry, the Nerd Drugs, in the link down below. And next week we'll be excited to announce our new sponsor, Nobody.
Rehab.
Yeah, rehab.
We will be excited to announce our loss of a sponsor.
Don't put that on me.
We're gonna gain a
No.
fun new sponsor, Rob. He's gonna help us through this transition.
We're on 12-step
Yeah.
program. You do not need to buy new dice. Yes, I do. You don't need to smell the tray. Yes, I do.
So, do we have any other big announcements? We're placing the order for our add-ons. So,
No, they already were.
oh, we did that?
Yes.
I didn't know. I was
You're good.
just.
Everything's good.
That's if I don't know, I
Bug
just
hit
mixed
me in
it.
the head.
We're gonna let you know there is a very large bug in the studio.
Whoever kills
And-
it gets gold.
That's right. I enjoy hunting bugs, but I also
Is that why you
encourage.
gave us a wasp mission? So we could bring it into the game?
Absolutely. I also enjoy other people hunting bugs. So there is a bounty on the bug. Whoever kills it gets 100 gold.
Which at level 3.
It's a
Level
lot
three.
of gold.
It used to be
And
200 gold.
It used to
I'm
be.
just saying.
Well, what I will say is that
Inflation.
we will increase it as you guys level.
Yeah, with 200 gold.
The
my God,
economy.
we could-
The economy for turning in bug corpses has really just
Just
Well,
flooded
it's-
everything.
Yeah.
That's why we're not
After
working
Dorian
anymore.
died, we had to we changed over from euros to pounds. So
It's been 70 years. We had to regrow the wasp population
Yeah.
so that we could get to this point.
And now we have these big ones that we have to go after
Yeah.
because
Right.
of that. We should have kept killing them.
speaking of, where is this?
Oh,
I'm gonna kill it.
So if our team looks like they are a little ADD
When
tonight,
you suddenly
they
hear
were
a
on
clap
the
on the
lookout.
podcast.
and
a
fuck.
clap and some
Just
like
Cheering. Yeah.
either that or cheering, wild, raucous
With
cheering.
abandon.
then we've killed the bug.
It's gonna be like the most
Yeah,
like
heart-wrenching
the biggest
moment,
success
and
of the entire campaign.
Yep. It won't matter if we roll like 6 nat 20s after that. It'll
yeah,
still be the
we'll
height
finally
of
get like the
everyone's
how do you want to
moment.
do this? I don't care. It wasn't the
y'all. This is a real life night running.
Oh, okay, good. Very important question from our friend Bob in the chat. It was weird to see you here on Not a Gloomhaven night.
But glad to have you, Bob.
Looking over the Norse Foundry, does anyone have a favorite set? Right now, these fucking beauties.
I'm a fan of those. I'm a fan of their Miami.
The
Dice.
Miami dice is so pretty.
They're gorgeous. They're my favorite colors, and it's a pun.
I think they've
What is
had.
everyone getting for because we're getting specialized sets
Can't
for this
remember.
cast? Does anyone remember your set? that you
Oh,
picked?
I think I remember
oh.
mine.
Cole remembers exactly which
What
kind
is
he
Cole
got
getting?
because Cole is bougie AF.
Oh, God.
And that is, I got the gold coin set
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he gold.
because OLORUN's decked out in gold, and
Love it.
so am I.
I'm getting the smite one. The
Holy
yes,
Smite.
Holy
So pretty.
Smite. Because that blue and white, like it's very, but hot damn, I'm gonna have to come back for those. I also love the Dragon's Blood one
They're
and the
all-
Witch's Brew.
they're
I'm
all
getting
really
Witch's
good.
Cauldron.
Witch's Cauldron is fan fucking tastic.
Look at how fucking sexy those are.
Ugh.
They also have some opals.
So
Oh.
I was gonna say
Bug.
my favorite was
Ho! 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 Fuck you, Matthew!
No one of us are taller than this!
Oh,
This
is
why? Oh, y'all.
No, that's not gonna end well.
Everybody look down, I've got icy hot, I'll spray it.
Do it.
As everyone looks up,
Do it,
everyone
you
looks.
coward. Stop. What are you doing? Stop.
Oh,
Now it's gone, you fool.
Fly, you fool!
Oh God, Eric, don't kill me.
I won't kill you. Only the bug.
It's really big, you guys!
It's really up there too.
Okay, it's
Okay.
good for now. It's good for now, guys.
Come on,
All
I
I
don't
smell
see
is
you.
icy hot.
I know!
Step.
It's all I have!
Oh, I don't want to
fuck.
break the TV. Yep.
Did you get it?
Yay!
Victory!
Yes!
woo.
So this
I'm
is
glad
a
we
good time-
accomplished
This
that.
is a good time for
Oh, that's a
everyone.
big mosquito.
Oh!
That's a lace wing, not a
Please put
mosquito.
it on like this so they can.
Nice.
see it.
I don't know if you can see it or not,
No.
but
It's
Yeah.
gross,
it's there.
and it
So-
needs to die.
So
You
now
gotta-
feels like a really good time to remind everybody that we're doing a new thing called Clip of the Week this year. Where we're trying to encourage people to clip our moments, and then on Sunday we will highlight the clipper of the week and the highlight that everyone likes most. So clip those juicy good moments that you want us to remember forever, and maybe you'll see them in our monthly clip shows.
I just want it to be like the 2-3 seconds of all of us
Standing?
like meerkatting out of frame. Okay, we're
No,
back.
I know who we're not sponsored by, and that's PETA. right now.
Oh, kind of.
Oh, no, we would not take it. I'm sorry. There's a lot of people who I would take their money even if I don't agree with them personally. PETA is not one of them.
You said 100 gold?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100
100 gold.
All right,
Look at you
Welcome.
balling.
At a boy.
We
So
fly.
he's buying drinks, right?
Yeah.
Golly, I sure could use some spell components.
Aw.
Oh, gee willikers.
Oh, gee willikers, I love
Maybe-
I
maybe
wonder.
that
I wonder where your
asked
last.
me about.
I wonder where your last diamond went.
This would have. This would require her speaking to him.
I know.
Well, looks like I will be just playing my lute for fun.
So,
Yes, sir. We're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
that's all I got announcement wise. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play some D&D.
Spider-Man.
Before we get into the introduction tonight, a couple of things. One thing I am trying to utilize more as a DM, as a GM, are passives. So, if you guys would do me a favor, if you would find, we have some sticky notes around. If you could, on a note, give me your passive perception and your passive insight. Yeah, I've been so.
Investigation. Do you want that one too?
Yeah, give me your passive investigation as well. Might as well.
Because
Gives
those
it to
are
us.
those are the 3 listed on D&D
Yeah,
Beyond.
please. So these are those sort of the idea is that you are always, at least somewhat, on the lookout, always paying attention in some way. And this is something I can do to roll against those numbers in secret, gives them more weight, and that way, because there's always this moment when you're in a dungeon, and I'm like, make a
Roll
perception
a perception
check, and then you fail, but you're like, I, the player,
I know
know
that there's something.
something is fucking up.
This is where I missed Samandriel because he had a
Can you pass
22
the
passive
sticky-
perception.
Oh,
Thank
you.
Yeah,
Oh, my
by the end
apologies.
of
I
it-
thought you
Yeah.
had some over there.
I
Thank you,
have a
thank you.
whole passive perception of 10.
11.
12.
Celia.
16!
Yeah, most of them are going to be pretty low.
So I
That
can
is
see where my
okay.
evil-
11.
So I appreciate that, guys. And then also tonight,
Do you have a particular order that you want to do?
looks like perception, investigation, insight.
Got it.
Well,
That-
that's the thing is, aren't most
That's how
a
D&D
couple of them are
Beyond
the
has
same
it.
is,
because
yeah.
they are wisdom-based
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
So
If it would only really be different if you were
See-
if you were proficient.
I'm not.
None of
I'm
mine
not-
are the same.
Well, and intelligence is insight. Investigation
Right.
is intelligence-based, so that
Yeah.
was going to be one higher.
That's fine.
Yeah, because my perception and insight are different.
Perception and what?
In perception,
Insight,
investigation,
investigation.
insight.
It's
Here
weird
you
for
go.
me to have this low of an
you.
investigation when I was like a plus 20 by the end
Right.
of last
Yeah.
campaign.
See, that was the dumb thing.
Well, that's what I was
could-
saying. Like, Samandriel's passive perception was 22.
Yeah.
My perception was good, but I couldn't. And I could disarm the traps like a motherfucker.
Mhm.
But I had no investigation.
That's what
I
I did
had
with mine.
only investigation. That was
like
that was my entire
25.
personality.
Yeah.
Investigation and charm.
You were
it was
Nancy Drew.
gross.
I,
You were Nancy Drew.
I was Nancy Drew, but I'm not anymore. I'm a tiny Disney princess, apparently. And I just gave myself a weirdly dark backstory
Caitlin.
by accident, so it
Caitlin.
just increases it.
Let it go.
But I'm going to start singing that.
I hate you. I love you, but I hate you.
I'm going into the unknown.
Say that. I say that to myself
Show
every day.
yourself.
Can you cast Find Familiar?
I know.
Like, is that a thing that you could do?
I want to learn. I get a tiny fire spirit.
You could.
Oh,
It wouldn't be a
it's
fire
I don't know if
spirit.
it's a
A little
sorcerer
lizard.
thing or
Or
not.
you
He's a
could do.
lizard.
He's a
He's a
he's
little
a.
lizard.
I know.
He's a salamander.
He's a
Yeah,
salamander.
salamander.
Can you do something like to make Olaf?
Jesus.
Yes!
So anyway, D&D.
This is D&D.
This is
Summon,
D&D.
summon minor elemental. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Oh, he's small.
Oh,
He
God.
likes warm hugs.
He got a gritty reboot then.
I have a lot of fire. There's a reason why we're on opposite sides of this table.
Oh, you don't
Fire
know
and
me
ice.
yet. Oh, you don't know me yet.
You're right,
So-
I don't.
I didn't say no with a capital K like biblically.
Oh.
I just.
Oh my
God.
Here we go, guys.
Welcome to D&D.
Our adventure takes place on the continent of Lichtdracht. It is a continent being newly settled by the Republic of the Black Gem. Some years ago, they fought a battle, a war, known as the March of Glaives. It is a event that happens at intermittent generations when a land bridge forms between the continents of Rotem and Lichtdracht. Only through great heroism and desperate acts was the Republic of the Black Gem able to turn the tides against the hobgoblin forces that had, for once in their probably 1,000 years, been unified under the banner of the revolution.
The revolution.
Correct.
There's a short story about it on our blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's glorious.
Oh, shit. That's right.
It's good.
So, south of that now very diminishing land bridge and slightly inland, there is the university town, college town of Dorian's Dawn. That is where the Magnus Exploratorium makes its home. This is a august body, a wing of the Magnus Arcanum, Rotom's premier arcane scholar, school and league. The Exploratorium itself is dedicated and focused on discovering relics, history, archaeology, and anthropology of this new continent. Also, gathering together great items of magical importance. For many reasons, our adventurers, our friends, have found their way to Dorian's Dawn. Last week, the group met in a tavern, having at least a loose association with each other, the name of which Eric is going to tell me right now.
Yes, the Hourglass Brewery.
That's right,
Thank you.
the Hourglass Brewery.
Thank you, note taker.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very
They
very
met
Orlando.
a group of wildlanders, who had come to sell information to the Magnus Exploratorium of their discovery, reportedly, of a site of great power known as the Forge. In this continent, the monikers that come with definitive articles such as "the" are treated as near holy, divine, or fated creatures and sites. The group witnessed a great debate between the teacher and hero of the March of Glaives, Alvaro Montez,
Who we now know can fuck people up. So, like,
and a student, a half-elven student nearing his final year, and leader of the student body, Mr. Wyatt.
What?
You guys also discovered that the teachers are going to do their best to put off the expedition for up to 2 months, trying to gather supplies and funding, as it is quite a ways away. It is a lengthy expedition. So while the student body is eager to make a great discovery and fund the expedition, the teachers have their reservations. Other than that, your friend of the Wildlanders, Skullbasher, I believe it.
Gar?
Skull Cleaver. Grat.
Skull-
The
Grat.
Skull.
Grat.
Grat. Skull Cleaver.
Skullcleaver.
Just
I apologize.
Gar with 7 A's?
Eric can never not play. He is taking active notes, and I need him.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm actually going to be working at setting up a wiki. So
That would be
Fen is
awesome.
also wants to run a wiki fandom for us. So bless
Fine.
you. Let's get you two in touch because
Yeah.
that would help all of us so much.
Mhm.
Ugh.
Please and thank you.
Thank you. Bless.
I believe we are. You guys had just finished the meeting. OLORUN, because you were not here last week, we do have a little bit of a rotation in our cast. Not quite a full West Marches style, but this is how we do.
There's 8 total.
We had said that last week, just so you know, you were not home. You had not been home for the previous night when Treasure and THOZIN. Apparently, you live with them. Hope you knew that.
Oh, I do?
Yeah,
You live
Yeah.
with Treasure and Talroth.
Treasure and
Stay with
Talroth.
them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or apparently, you're a neighbor. You live close enough for them to check on you.
Okay.
But walk in your room and be like, he's not here. He's sad somewhere in a corner.
Oh, yeah.
Said Kumon can? Nah,
I
he's
mean-
not here.
Maybe?
I will let you know Go ahead and roll me a percentile
First roll of
to
the
see
night.
how.
First roll for
Alright.
OLORUN.
First
Yeah,
OLORUN
first
roll.
game.
Let it set the
First-
scene.
Roll? Roller?
Roll.
OLORUN.
Roller. That's it.
Yeah, that's a
one.
4. We can see how this is gonna go.
Set.
That's the roller.
Yeah.
Hey,
He got-
So he dies.
He got
Yeah, so I
ruined.
may
Oh. Yes.
So
You're
you may
terrible.
not get too attached to OLORUN if this is how he's gonna roll for the rest of the campaign.
Have we met you? It's
Hi, I used to be Samandriel. Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Oh, God. You know we always get attached to the idiots who die fast.
You're welcome.
You
They die.
so you had spent your evening attempting to make contact with actually somebody you're not sure. You don't know the name of who, but you know that there is a current expedition that is on the way on its way back, and you only got like a piece of a rumor, and you were trying to follow these guys around. You have the name Relic of Seraph. You think it's either coming back to the Exploratorium or it's going away. Seraph, common knowledge, has ties to Celeste.
SERAPH.
Yep,
I was thinking
Like
font.
my
I
like
went
the
to the
first
font,
part
I
of
was
my
like-
mom's name.
right,
I was like SERIF.
I knew it was an
Sans serif.
angel, but I still went.
right.
The font.
So, but angelic things in general, celestial things, tend to catch your attention. You had spent the previous evening trying to follow these guys around, get some more information, see who their contact was. You came up pretty short, unfortunately.
Did you say that was the name of their expedition? Was the
So-
Relic of Seraph, or that's where they were going?
As far as he knows, the relic would imply that is the item,
Mhm.
Relic of Seraph. What it is, no idea. And they went after it. They might be bringing it back, or they might be
Oh,
going
okay.
out to get it. He doesn't quite know.
Thank you.
But you had gotten some sleep this morning. It's about 3 p.m. You have found your way to the Exploratorium, the insides of which are one mix school, but also museum. There are many displays, such as dinosaur skeletons. There are also terrariums for stuffed animals and animal creatures that that the school is looking for bodies that they can examine. Specimens. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I was trying to not say corpses. Yeah.
They want some corpses.
Yeah.
Science corpses.
Science corpses.
Specimens.
So, is there any exhibits kind of focused on the Underdark and what lives there?
Not right now. No. There are plans to open up a Western Continent Underdark wing, but we are beginning on the surface and trying to figure it out from there.
Okay.
Seems to be the main focus of there. You guys, Clever Stitch, what's your day look like? How does
Well,
Clever Stitch
you know-
begin his day?
Whenever
It's-
he begins, no.
He begins by licking himself clean.
No.
with one.
So a lot of it is trying to find the next job,
Okay.
and
Great.
so a lot of it is going to the different, going to all of the different job
Mhm.
posting boards and
Right.
like seeing if there's anything new happening,
Yeah.
checking in with some of his friends at different guild, like that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Is mostly what his day consists of.
Okay.
It's very boring.
It is.
It is. That's fun.
But yeah,
That's how the best stories
He's literally
start.
job hunting all the time. That sucks.
Oh, that's a
I feel-
terrible idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
my heart hurts.
But yeah,
Fucking
no,
rude.
but that's most of what it is, and so it's So it's getting up kind of early-ish,
Sure.
doing some stretches, getting ready for a day, and
Yeah.
then job hunting.
Doing some stretches.
I will say that you guys have all sort of wandered after having your after hearing the lecture and hearing all that debate. You are all finding yourselves in the Magnus Exploratorium and gathering money for the expedition to be prepared to be chosen as the team to lead them, and also participating in other expeditions is a great way for you guys to not only build your reputation but to earn some money, because you cannot rely on killing bugs to fund your lifestyle, unfortunately.
Again, you gave us a bug hunting quest. Clearly, we can.
I did, in fact.
Unfortunately, Talroth didn't tell anyone about
Nope.
this quest but Treasure.
But
Yep.
they left with the idea that they were going to be telling us because they needed other people on the team.
They had considered it, yes. You guys are sort of gathering around the job board here in the Exploratorium. There are a wide variety of postings listed. I will let you know that, taking a look at your passive investigations.
I'm never going to be a part of that. Just
You're fine. I mean, none of them are.
Meet
They're all level 3 investigations, guys. Nobody's nobody's killing it here.
Rude.
You guys see a number of things listed. There's a traveling troubadour looking for a percussionist. There.
Pick up percussion.
I mean, I have it, but I don't want to.
You don't want to bongo to someone? You don't want to play steel drums? Because I would love to watch her play steel drums.
There are postings for people to find cats. There are postings for roommates. There are
Cats.
Yep, absolutely. There are postings for delivery services. Nothing that really speaks to you as an adventurer, with the exception of a few strips of paper that are up there. One of the things that catches your eye is the nearby farming community of Ilton.
Here's looking at you.
Looking at your, you guys would probably know this. It's about 3 days away. Not much of a town. Like, they've got like a little, like probably a general sort of trading post is like the town center. There's a bunch of farms around there, and it is one of the places that provides food to Dorian's Dawn, and they need the open farm.
Just the breadbasket for the general.
Yeah, for this particular town, probably does some shipping elsewhere and around. They have a posting listed that their livestock is being killed in the night, about every week. A number of goat, sheep, and most recently a cow has been killed. They have laid out traps and fencing, and that has not deterred the creature. And there's a listing for you to go there. Pay is not listed on any of these jobs in particular, but you guys can decide. The other one is there's a posting for a upper level student that is named.
Don't you say why?
I will not say
Kyle.
why.
Take it.
Tavish.
McTavish?
Just Tavish.
Tavish McTavish.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
obviously.
Well, now
Now it
absolutely.
has to be. Yeah.
He was working on a. He has a dig site that is 5 days journey, one way. It requires hardy adventurers. Must not be squeamish around undead.
Nah.
Must be able to swim.
is specific.
Yeah, that's really specific, actually.
There is an expedition to the Patchstone Wastes, specifically asking for seeking hardy individuals for lengthy expedition, runic expertise preferred but not required.
A
That is-
curious town.
Where was this expedition to?
The
The
Patchstone
Patchstone
Waste.
Got it.
Yes,
Okay.
Patchstone Wastes. That is 15 days single trip.
Just
Single.
2.
Yes.
Well, we know they're not leaving for at least a month for the big quest.
Yeah.
2 months? For
2
big-
months for the big
For
For
quest.
big quest, so we
Yeah.
have time to do something like this.
Yeah, I also don't want to be gone
If-
for a month.
It's fair.
I will say SARAID, make me an investigation check.
I would absolutely love to. Okay.
Where is it? What do I? What do I? How do I D and or D?
D and or D. 12.
That's under your passive, so no additional information is gleaned.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Well, you guys are all sort of standing around. You can see each other looking at the different postings. And like I said, it's a college, and this is a posting board, so you get all the other fun ones that are
Roommate
definitely
needed.
in there. Yeah, roommate.
Non-smoker,
Yeah,
non-ugly.
yeah, absolutely. Or
Elvish tutor.
Band in need of a drum.
that's
a
what I
drummer.
said. Traveling
exactly.
troubadour
Yeah.
in search of percussionist.
Exactly.
What would happen if we put up? I would like us to put up traveling violinist in search of band.
Have a violin. You have the rest of it. Come find me.
Auditions will be held next week.
Would you guys do me a favor? Let's start over here and describe your characters. They're all still relatively new, and some of you are seeing each other for the first time.
Yes.
Even though some of you guys may know each other, but I still need descriptions.
Yes.
Right. THOZIN is a mixture between a half-orc and a tiefling. He has a lot of half-orc features, such as his skin is green. He has 2 little tusks. He has normally green eyes, but one of them is whited out on his right side. He is very tall. He's 6'3", so not very, very tall, but he's pretty tall. He's about 250, so he's pretty buff. He doesn't wear a shirt, but he wears his apron over it. You're
Cover
welcome.
the nipples.
His entire right side, you'll see that he has burn scars covering the entire right side of his body, including part of his face. That's why his right eye is white. On his left side, he has tattoos running down, and then you'll see 2 horns that go up and swoop back, and then a thick green tail coming out from the back side. And I think that's it. Like, he's always very grimy and greasy and either full of metal dust or whatnot for working in the forges. But yeah,
Make sure you get an X-ray before you have
Oh,
an
well.
MRI, or you'll go blind.
yeah.
We learned.
He also has he has salt and pepper hair with white streaks
Oh my
through
God.
it. He is older for a half-orc. I
Silver
think half-orc
fox.
lives are what, like, I think they grow up to 80, I think at most. So he's like middle-aged, so he's about 45.
And he's a teacher.
I'm having problems.
I'm a
You're
teacher.
having problems.
I'm a TA, not a teacher.
Still.
I help.
Okay.
I believe the term is adjunct professor, where you don't have the teaching degree, but they let you come in.
First
and
of all,
teach.
that's bullshit because that's what Betty does now.
Oh,
So take it back. No, he's a grad student. That's what it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
fellowship.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Do you want to teach for free? And maybe we'll say it's a credit.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
SURAK is a tiny little bird boy. He's
No,
about.
you do it in the voice, coward. You
SURAK
describe-
isn't
I
speaking.
know.
SURAK is a tiny little bird boy. He has cockatiel. He's an Aarakokra. He has cockatiel features, rosy Aarakokra. He has rosy cheek patches. He has his fun little bit of swoop back feathers on the top of his head. He's slightly little bit huskier. He's a little bit husky. He floofy. But he has a very shy demeanor and disposition, and he's getting ready to take on the day.
Yay!
Yellowhead. Yellowheaded cockatiel. His thank you. But his
What do I look like? This is the equivalent of that scene in a YA novel where they look in the mirror to remember their description.
Exactly.
At the beginning of the book.
And also, his clothes are very much your adventuring cloak. He is a ranger, so he has a cloak that goes all the way back with a lovely hood. And you see on his back, he has his long bow and a quiver of arrows. Thank you. Burp.
New boy!
So, OLORUN has probably not even noticed the rest of you guys are here yet. He is about 6'1", pretty skinny. He's about 190, but is like wiry strong. He's got he's wearing chainmail that kind of rests on his shoulders with a couple plates just for protection's sake. But he also has a wide hood over his head so that most people can't see what he looks like. He has a kind of a long sword at his side that looks like it's been used a little bit, and he also has a shield with the symbol of the sun god of the pantheon on it.
The new one?
Yeah,
The one we made?
Yeah, the one.
The fuck's his name?
Dalion.
Fuck.
That's your god, you should know.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
So
been on a different plane.
I was
yeah,
like, we're
so-
gonna die.
so yeah,
What we do?
I blacked out for like most of it.
yeah. He's got a shield with the symbol of Dalion on it. He's but if you look under the hood, if you're able to get there, you can see that his hair is he's got like braided cornrows and it's all silver, and it kind of the cornrows stop right here and then it goes like single braids the rest of the way down and it kind of like rests on his shoulders, and his eyes are like bright gold, and he also has his skin is like nut brown, and I think that's it, actually. Yeah, that's it.
Clever Stitch is a Tabaxi, so he looks like a snow leopard. He's about 6 foot, and he is like you can tell that he's pretty well built, but his fur hides any of that. And he's in leather armor that's all grays. That's not started yet. But
You will get it. my friend.
That's his session goal.
yeah. But no, it's all grays to kind of be able to blend in whenever he's in like sewers and if he's in doing a job at night in the city. Like so it's that sort of themed colors for his leather armor. He has a large longbow strung across his back and with a quiver of arrows as well. And then on his side he has a short sword. He has a small scar across the bridge of his nose, and I think that is all. Oh, and his tail is very floofy. That's the most important part. Honestly,
tail.
is the floofiest snow leopard tail there has ever been.
That is ever leopard tails.
Yes. Okay, I think that's it.
Oh, also, sorry, I forgot this, but OLORUN does have a crystal necklace that looks like it's made of solid crystal. It doesn't really make sense on how that's like
not beads, like a metal choker, like the
Like chain is
like a
solid
collar?
crystal, like everything's just
like
one
a collar,
piece.
but it's
Yeah.
made of crystal.
Nice.
yeah.
That's cool.
I ain't mad.
What about you?
So at the moment, SARAID is in winter. Her seasons have come upon her.
Nice, sister.
And she is she's very pale and she has blue eyes at the moment and very, very long sort of wavy curly white hair. She's in a simple dress, and she has a pack for her loot. So she has like this wooden box that would fit about this much of a loot. Weirdly enough. Yeah. And yeah,
Alright.
she keeps sending looks at this one every. Okay, but can I play drums? I mean, I can, but do I put? Okay.
And then Fable, at the moment now, it looks like she could be SARAID's little sister, but make it punk. Elsa, but make it punk. Oh no, a whole new look.
Yep,
Oh,
She has a short little pixie white haircut. It almost looks as though it is held in place with little ice crystals. Like everything is just very frosty. Like it froze that way. Very, very pale skin. It's hard in certain lights. It looks like she's just pale white. But sometimes it looks like she's actually blue, and their undertones are very, very pale and blue and like a body pulled out of the river.
Oh God.
You're welcome. Little pointy elven ears. She is a small and a thin. With a dancer's frame, honestly, just like short. She is wearing everything she wears is skin tight for movement, and a little, if she sits still too long, a little crusted over with little ice crystals. Everything about her sparkles and is glittery. She is a Genasi, and so sometimes there's just frost coming off of her, and mist, and around her hands there's almost like veins, but darker blue around her fingers and slightly up her arms, that you can see. And yeah, that's a little Fable. She has a staff, Gandalf the White's staff, like crystal, all ice, bit cold.
Mm-hmm.
But except the crystal on the top looks like a fire opal, so it's like that white blue with that heart of sort of red. So that is my baby Fable.
That's it.
Will you see each other around this board? Are you just gonna ignore each other?
I'll do that.
Is it-
yeah, like literally, like just like OLORUN's been so absorbed with like reading the things, he doesn't even realize that like you guys are showing up, and he's like, oh. He just slowly starts walking, like.
OLORUN? She will pick up her skirts and run over to you and hug you and kiss both cheeks.
And she's just like, hey!
Oh my gosh, you're huge! Look at you!
Miss SARAID?
Yes! Oh, I haven't seen you since you were so small. Look at you now.
You look exactly the same. This is really, really uncomfortable.
I am so sorry. What are you doing here? Are you going to school here?
No, Ma and Dad kind of let me go on, and it's a long story. But I'm here kind of looking for something. But yeah.
Do you need to talk to any of the professors? They might be able to help you find it. God, look at you. She's not touching you. She's like your aura. Oh!
Yeah. Actually, I got told to come here. It's just been part of this big thing I'm looking for.
She's gonna grab your hands. Do you still play?
Yeah.
You are so talented. Would you like to play with me sometime?
Oh, yeah.
I would absolutely love that.
sounds great.
I play at the inn or at the tavern every once in a while to get some money and some food.
Oh, yeah. I'll play sometime. I left my viol in the room, and I probably shouldn't, because I don't know what's gonna happen to it if Talroth and Treasure are in there. It may break.
The golden girl with the horns and the elf boy.
Yeah.
You know them.
I met him here.
That's such a small world. You look so much like your father. Oh my gosh.
And as soon as she says that, you kind of see like the weird like crisis, the crisis smile come across his face. Like, oh, I hear that a lot.
Oh.
But yeah, Dad, Ma are okay. Dad taught me how to do, the sword stuff and whatnot. But yeah, I was told to come here by this guy named like THOZIN.
That's
Hands drop. Right. Well, he's
Walking up to the board as we speak.
Yeah.
Like,
He's right there.
Oh, that's
shit. We have lapels on here.
I feel like I would jingle. Like I have,
Yeah.
I have tools on.
It's like,
me.
that tool.
oh, they'll be like, oh, THOZIN, it's nice to see you again.
Oh,
She will
nice to
just-
see you too. Have you been able to check out what I've told you? Like to.
I got a little bit of news from the something about something. It's not exactly hard and fast evidence, but it may put me on the right direction. I really appreciate you telling me about this place. Thanks.
Of course.
Yeah. Have you met my old instructor?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh,
Oh.
so,
He'll just turn and be like,
what?
he'll just be like,
What's instructor?
She's like 20 feet away.
um,
Behind the board.
yeah, she's
And of course, Fable's walking up to SURAK. Oh, hi, SARAID!
she's like an elf lady. She was here like 5 seconds ago.
It's
Yeah.
a small campus. I'm sure that we'll run into her.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's really cool. She's she taught me how to play stuff. But yeah, what are you looking at? Maybe we could like figure something out.
I still haven't decided yet. I need to earn some coin.
It's like looking at the menu in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
right?
want yet.
15 days is a lot.
But
It is,
yeah, I haven't decided
but it may be,
what tickles my fancy.
I mean,
But
I know personally this either the dig site or the waste is probably something that I'm looking at.
are you looking at doing this by yourself, or are you looking for a group of people?
I
Usually,
mean-
things like this is easier with the more you.
I
people
would
have.
I would prefer not to have to do it by myself, but I mean if I gotta, you know, sometimes you just gotta, you know, my dad always said sometimes you just gotta grab your stones and get to work. That's what he said.
I was 5.
I was 5.
Well,
A nice conversation about what stones.
I was 3 and
let me see if I can help.
My first full sentence was grab your stones.
it's just been ingrained into me.
let me see if I can look around to see if anybody can assist. And I look.
You hear a small voice pop up from just like in between you two, just looking at the board, and it's just like,
Why do people keep coming out of nowhere?
we're also looking for work.
You're a bird man.
The term is Aarakokra.
Congratulations, you're a tall person.
Um,
I will now name other things about you that are very obvious.
I'm sorry. I'm not too familiar with a lot of stuff outside my village. I'm sorry. My name is OLORUN.
Good to meet you. I'm SURAK.
Nice.
SURAK.
Nice to meet you.
But Fable and I believe SARAID.
And she's hiding.
She's not
Not very well.
Where
wasn't hiding, I was looking at the board.
She was looking at the board.
from behind it?
Oh,
Yeah.
hi.
Really?
What?
We're looking for work too.
Clever Stitch.
And then immediately,
Well, welcome back. I didn't expect to see you here.
You and I have something to discuss
Oh
later.
no. Oh, what? Okay.
She'll kiss both cheeks and kind of grab your shoulders. I'm so excited to see you.
Which is
Very
actually how we
confused.
welcomed Matthew.
THOZIN, how's it going?
This is going pretty good.
Yes.
You looking for work again?
Always. Have you ever known me to not be looking for work?
No.
That's exactly.
I mean, you always bring me business every time you get some work. So
I
you know
will.
what?
I always need arrows, and this sword does not keep itself sharp.
You said which one was the
So-
15? Was the 15 days the dig side or the other one?
That would be the
Patchstone
waste.
Waste
Is 15 days away.
Fable's gonna.
Runic
the-
expertise
Is the
preferred.
dig site the one with the undead?
And swimming, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fable's gonna kind of reach up and pull the dig site one because everyone's crowded around the board, and she just and slide all the way a little bit and read it closer. Interesting.
Yeah. Are there any good jobs up there?
Honestly,
Waving the one I just took.
Oh,
maybe we should assist the.
This one seems nice.
Who?
Oh, hi, I'm Fable.
Oh,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
I think I met her last.
This
You
is the
did.
little Genasi girl I was telling you about. I don't know what the fuck that
Oh.
voice is. She's having a
Oh,
moment.
I'm there.
The circus performer.
Yes, hi, hello.
Ah, nice to meet you. I've heard from SARAID.
I heard about you. You're
Oh.
the cat.
Yes, that
Stitcher.
is me. No, that's not me. You
That's-
might have heard about a different cat.
No, It was the name.
Yes, clever Stitch.
That was what, not Stitcher. I apologize.
No.
Hello, I'm Fable.
Nice to meet you.
Fable Frost.
Nice to meet you.
This right here. I don't know about those of you who I met last. We were talking last night about curious people looking for treasures and magics, and I think from stories I've heard at least, dig sites are kind of the place for things like that. And I mean, swimming, depending on what you have to be able to do, I can at least, well, maybe not help with the swimming, but I can help with dealing with some of the water things.
I can fly, so I'm okay with
It's
that.
fair, unless it's like an underwater cavern, in which case we might have problems. Who?
Do you have to dry off your feathers after you
like,
swim
stand
in
here?
order to fly again? Like a
A little bit, yes. Just it's more of a flap, and it
I understand.
takes care of itself sometimes.
It's like a shake.
Yeah.
A shimmy followed by
I
a
love
shake.
this tiny bird, man.
Both
With all my heart.
of the animaloids are gonna be like, the water will
Because how tall are you again?
I'm like, I think it was 5'5".
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing! I love this tiny bird, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, damn heart.
The greatest love story ever told starts tonight. kids.
Well,
Cat and bird together at last.
I did not leave my
And we're both the archers. I just
where
know
I
that.
came from. I did not leave Castor's castle to just sit around a forge. I am looking for adventure. So honestly, if you do not mind me,
Don't.
Join
I
me.
love the company because I should have company.
I'll be honored.
I can't lie though. That longer one also seems very interesting.
Do we have contacts?
The
for either of
Patchstone
one?
Waste
For the Patchstone Waste?
and or the dig site.
Or do they say how
No,
much?
Patchstone
they
Waste.
pay out?
They neither of them.
Patchstone
Okay.
Waste is the
Tavish.
15.
Yeah,
Is
That's Tavish McTavish.
Tavish-
No,
Tavish is
Tavish
the dig
McTavish
site.
is the dig site.
yeah. Tavish
That's
McTavish.
There-
that one.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Tavish McTavish is the
Yeah,
dig
yeah.
site. The expedition to Patchstone Wastes is. It doesn't list one. It gives you a room number. So you could go find a contact.
And
But I don't have a name for you. with
and it
that.
mentioned rune experience, runic knowledge,
Runic
preferred.
expertise. Preferred.
expertise.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And we would know if we have that. How?
Or if you're proficient in Arcana,
Oh,
I am.
oh, I am.
so you guys would
No.
you probably wouldn't if you had expertise in
a little
Arcana,
bit.
you would have runic expertise.
Sure.
But you are at
base
least
knowledge.
base
Okay.
knowledge.
Between the two of us, we could, the three of
I-
us, because you are kind. Between this
Alright.
side of the table, we can figure it out.
And this is the other one.
This is the
This is
the
the
patch.
This is the
This
15-day
This
one.
is the undead one.
No, this
No,
is
this
the,
is the 15-day away at
Yeah.
the Patchstone.
Regardless, I am in.
I like your attitude, sir.
Well, because part of me is wondering, that's a much longer expedition, and so I'm sure it
pays more.
much better.
Probably. But I also don't want to risk us getting away for a long time and then having them
What,
jump
do you
ahead
have a-
with the. Well, we've got a thing we've promised to go on.
Oh.
And if we mess up and we get stuck, then we're missing out on something we already promised.
Then perhaps
Would
we best
they-
not mess up.
Would they leave
If
without
only
you?
that was my choice, but
They would leave without us,
Oh.
Would
wouldn't
they?
they?
Would they? Would they leave? Would they leave without you?
Fable, I believe in you.
Oh my god.
It's my first one.
They might, but we have 2 months.
Oh, well, I don't know what could keep us there for 2 months if it's
It's a
15
month
days away.
travel. So.
And then staying in a patch stone waste for a whole month?
I'm just saying.
I mean, you make good points. However,
Perhaps we should ask someone about it then.
I would like. That's why I was asking
Yeah.
about context. If we
Yeah.
can talk to people
so
about
that's
that.
one. Let's
and
go to the room.
I'll pull the patch stone waste one off as well,
Okay.
so we have both.
Amazing.
Just in case. And as I guess as we're walking, I'll go to like Sarai and I'll be, Miss Sarai,
Yes, dear.
who are these people?
I have less of an idea that I'm comfortable with, but I know Fable and I know Stitch for as long as he's alive, which may not be much longer.
But he gets to do it 8 more times afterwards. I've heard.
He has a few more pounces. And the bird is very nice. He's a little jittery, but you know, he's a bird.
Well, I'm a little jittery.
You are. Are you all right? I'm worried about you.
I'm okay, as best as I can be. It's let's just figure this out,
All right.
and then we'll get going.
All right. And she'll take your arm. She didn't offer. She'll remember that, but that's okay.
Just very, very much, yeah. Just, like, forgot all your lessons, did you?
You were 7.
I was 7.
I was teaching you how to this is how you escort a lady around.
Do we
Yeah,
all want,
fucking probably.
do we all want to go to
Should we
each one?
split
Just-
between? Let's half of us go talk to one contact and half of us go talk to another, and then reconvene tonight
Sounds-
at the bar. Because I'm
Sounds-
allowed to go.
Sounds
to
good
those
to
now.
me.
I'll go with you.
All right, let's go to room 230.
Anybody
Perfect.
else wants to come with?
I'm going to go find Tavish.
So,
Who wants to go first?
And with whomst?
so I'll go with.
Yeah, we'll
Stitch.
go together.
No,
And
they're not
I'm
bigger.
going
Anybody else? You want to come with?
And you're going with her.
Yeah,
You don't know anyone else.
it's either her or him. This
Oh,
is
that's
the only-
fair. Then you know
But
somebody.
you were linked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was already linked up. So,
Come in here, man.
so
She has claimed you.
I'm going
yeah,
to
he's just kind of like going on wherever.
So
I'm gonna
Thozin is
say-
gonna chaperone you too.
Pretty much.
I'm going to say what was going to happen
Yes.
is he was totally going to follow Fable, and then because you're really the only person you know so far, and then it's just in the like, well, we're going here, and suddenly you guys are gone, and he's like, woo, woo.
Oh no!
I'm just walking with you guys.
All right.
Which team would like to go first?
We'll go.
Team charisma over here.
Team
Fair.
charisma.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
We did this
I'm not
backwards.
charismatic at all.
I made a mistake.
I have a neutral charisma.
-1.
Before
Oh,
before
fuck,
we
I have a
part,
+3.
Mhm.
I
Never mind.
would like to
Thank you for talking.
look at
I
Stitch
forgot I rolled really
and put my
well.
little hand on him real quick and be like, I think you're going to do great, getting as much information as you possibly can. Have some inspiration, just in case. Yes.
That's what I do.
Toss a coin to
D6.
your Stitcher.
Oh, Valley of
Oh no, it'll be this.
It's a 6.
Oh, Exploratorium.
Pass it.
Winter.
Burr.
Class of 75. Post haste.
All right.
Okay. You guys make it. You head to what are sort of like labs. And there you ask around for a few minutes until you find what is a dwarven student. Young for a dwarf, but older by human standards. You guys make your way over to him. He has thick black hair. His beard is relatively short for a dwarf. Only comes to about here, but along the sideburns, like it's plaited. So he is very well put together. At a glance, you guys would suspect he's probably not a wizard. Maybe a little more along the lines of an artificer or a mage, right? Somebody that does a lot of magical imbuing. But you see him working over a a series of sort of huge kind of rocks that have been dug out, and you can see within them there are like fossilized clay pots and building pieces. And he's kind of trying to like stone shape them out of the way and chip them apart, doing the best he can to not damage what is within. He does not know that you're there to talk to him. He's not really paying attention to you. So what would you guys like to do?
Excuse me,
Yes,
Tavish, sir.
yes, I'm Tavish.
Hi, hello. I'm FABLE. This is SARAID and the sad child whose name I've forgotten.
OLORUN.
OLORUN. Thank you.
Why are you so sad?
It's a long story.
Because he heard that you were in need of help, and it just broke his heart.
That is weird, but okay.
Just touching the pearls. Let's go.
Sure, of course. So you all are here about the job posting.
We are. We found, and I hold it out for proof.
Oh,
This,
right. That is mine, and he'll take it and put it on the table and be.
So sorry, I've never done a proper adventure before, and I'm not sure what the protocol is. So she's excited and like vibrating.
You've never done an adventure before,
On this plane.
right? What
From
would
the
that?
board.
Oh, right, from the board.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
That's what I meant.
Make a deception check.
She's an open book, y'all.
That's fine.
That didn't count.
Your hand was in the way.
I know. I don't know how that works. I'm coming up with some ideas.
There are ways.
Numbers, math. 11.
11. All right. Right. So it's before we go any further, can all of you swim?
Yes.
Swimming is required, and you,
Like deep or
well,
just like swim.
the depth we're not quite sure about, but swimming is absolutely required.
Do we need to figure out a way for people to breathe underwater?
I mean, perhaps that,
Oh.
but you, okay. I'm not getting a real strong like I'm good with undead vibe here. Are you?
Actually,
Actually.
You're like,
OLORUN's holy
Undead.
yeah, yeah, like
Mention of
like
undead.
my sword is just like it's like actually I'm pretty good with undead.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now we're starting to get somewhere. So a couple of weeks back, I started my dig, local site that had some ancient, perhaps realms about it. We suspected it was some form of either vault or burial chamber. Now, sometimes you run into different traps and things like that. This one fairly simple, but it seems the final challenge proved to be a bit more than the hired muscle that I had brought with me on the last one. There is at my site a underground wellspring. We suspect what we're looking for, relic and potential treasure-wise, is at the bottom of it. But whatever entity had utilized it, filled it with either corpse servants or somehow had others that have attempted. It's riddled with undead that drag those below and drown them. So those that are drowned beneath seem to gather and join the horde. It is
Amazing.
Regressible.
not pretty, to say the
So-
least.
You kind of see OLORUN's face like change into
Mhm.
becoming like, all right, I'm in my wheelhouse. It's game time.
Sure,
Um,
sure.
Dude, I am fire.
I-
I am death.
Ah!
I will not type before the title sequence of the next movie.
Exactly.
Oh.
And so he'll ask. He's asking questions in terms of like, what was the last known count of undead that you saw in the area?
Sure. He'll give you as much information as he can. When they saw them, it was at least half a dozen. He wasn't able to get close enough to the pool to see what else could be down there. He knows that 2 of his mercenaries were dragged under. So you're anticipating at least 8. He suspects that they are, when you start asking about like types of undead, zombie, like some sort of modified zombie or perhaps ghoul. He's not super well versed in undead. They are corporeal. That much he is certain.
Then then he turns and be like, once they're made of flesh, it's significantly easier usually to take them out.
Well, that's good to hear.
That's a terrifying sentence, by the way.
Master McTavish, might I suggest that the reason your expeditions so far haven't really succeeded is because you've sent muscle and not minds.
Well,
And I think perhaps, and she's just going to touch his arm, because that's what we do.
Mhm.
I think perhaps we might actually be the party that you are looking for.
Well, are you?
No, I don't have anything to
You're not casting friendship or anything.
She's
I don't
just being
have it.
charming.
Okay,
And
that's
I don't
good.
have, the only way I can do it is if I have my loot.
Yeah, and friendship is.
I think perhaps
He
for
plays,
10
she plays
for
it
10 minutes.
for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
We can make this conversation last for 10 minutes. Let me tell you.
Can't put
Her fingers just look strum it with no loot in hand.
She just strums his arm.
So make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and give you advantage because he has demonstrated expertise in undead.
Whoa. Just throw things. That's fun.
Okay. 14.
14. He's willing to give you guys a shot.
Nope.
Yeah, so he's willing to give you guys a shot. They'll pay the so it is travel expenses and 2 gold a day with a portion of recoverable gains and treasure.
So we get to
It's
split
a-
what we
Okay.
the loot. And 2 per person? 2 gold per person per day?
2 gold per person per
Got
day.
it.
And I think you would agree that regardless of whether we can swim or not, it would behoove you if you sent us along with some potions to help.
He will.
And seeing as this is a magic school, I would be very surprised if you didn't have some in stock. 'Cause that's
There-
hard brew.
There's a bit of a hammer lately for a variety of potions. I'll see what I can do, but I can't guarantee.
Is there someone that I should talk to? Perhaps I'd get a bit more headway.
You're
You're
asking to speak with the manager?
welcome. You're welcome to attempt to speak with
Karen?
I know
Colette.
potions.
Colette.
Potions.
Colette. Colette is the quartermaster for the school.
Thank you,
Right.
Colette Quarter.
Thank you.
So 2 gold per
Set up.
person per day and a portion of goods recovered.
Amazing.
And
That is-
traveling expenses.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard offer for expeditions, especially at this level. If you guys were to go on something bigger, those prices can go up. But this is our starting rate.
Cool.
Okay.
We gotta start somewhere.
Yep.
At the bottom. Now we're here.
Lower
Flipping
than the bottom.
flipping channels. You guys make your way over to room 230. When you guys come in on there, you see a group of there is a professor. They have sort of a large planning table. You can see that there is a map laid out. Looks to be outlining the journey that they are going on. Stitch, you're relatively familiar with the area. Mostly through woods. Looks like
Okay.
end destination is at the base of what looks like not quite mountains, but like it's to the south,
Mhm.
and it's like sort of badland kind of rocks.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
You're familiar with the rumor of the area.
Mhm.
It's a very localized thing.
Okay.
It's only about 15 miles, maybe in diameter.
Oh,
Like it's
okay.
pretty small.
Yeah.
And so it's suspected that you can understand they suspect probably it's a magical.
Okay.
event.
It's some sort of okay. Got it.
When you guys come in, you look. The gentleman looks up, and with your passive perception, SURAK, you see on his desk, his name is already on there. His name is Renatal.
Renatal?
Professor Renatal.
Cool.
Professor Renatal is human. He is middle-aged. He has black hair, short, swept to one side. He looks like he probably did some adventuring in his day. You can see he walks with a cane, so he's probably injured hip or leg, something like that. He sees you guys as you open the door and excuse me, can I help you?
Yes, Professor Renatal?
Yes,
Yes.
as a matter of fact.
We found a. Do you have the paper? You have the paper. We found a poster.
Oh,
Excellent.
excellent.
You need some help going to the Patchstone Waste, huh?
Yes, we're planning an expedition currently to the Patchstone Waste. We have, we'll be gathering up a full dig site kit that we're planning on setting up. Something I suspect will probably be in the site 10 days or so, 10, 15 days at
And
most.
do you need us there the entire time, or?
We would anticipate yes. Well, it depends on what we find in the first day or two. We suspect that there is some form of magical site or magical workshop, labyrinth, perhaps. You understand how these things go. If we need and you watch adventurers to the front, as is the common phrase. But once it was established that the site was safe, we could release part of you, I suppose.
Can I see the map
Yeah.
that they're looking at? Because my favorite terrain is actually forest.
Okay.
So can I look at it and like see maybe a better route that would cut down time or
So with
and
your
being used to a bird's eye view?
yeah, with your
That's fair.
assistance, if I'm not mistaken, you travel pace is not slowed
Correct.
because you
Right.
are able to
Lead.
Because you rain.
because you're a ranger.
Yeah.
The old ranger
twice as much
methodology.
Food, like
Yeah,
Right.
so we won't starve, thank God.
So you could
Okay, you have a favorite terrain type. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make intelligent or wisdom check related to it. While traveling for an hour or more in chosen terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means, and you remain alert to danger even when you are engaged in another activity.
So your traveling pace would significantly increase. So with you, instead of traveling
15 days.
15 days, calculating 15 days, one of those is on the road
Mm-hmm.
before you have to venture into the forest. 14 days in the forest becomes 7 days
Mm-hmm.
in the forest. So you
We may be able to knock out both
Both of
these.
them. Yeah.
so
you
you cut
give me 15, I'd give you 7.
you could now the problem with this is
Mm-hmm.
if they are bringing wagons or carts,
Yeah.
then your advantage doesn't, because wagons just
Yeah.
going through a forest doesn't make sense. If
Yeah.
you can convince them to load things on like beasts of burden, pack
Yeah.
mules, things like that,
Mhm.
then you could benefit
THOZIN with a backpack.
from
Professor, I don't know if you know, it's a fairly interesting route you have through the forest here.
Well, we're struggling to chart a path that our carts can travel. We do require dense, some of these looser forest areas, and
You plan on bringing carts through a forest?
well, we've got a full dig.
Bring horses. Bring pack
So-
mules.
No
Horse-
convincing, just like telling them. I love it.
Horses are more expensive. It cuts into our budget quite a bit. And he does point out one area. It's like, we've heard rumors of a, let's say, less than pleasant lizard man tribe that lives in makes this area their home. So we're attempting to avoid that as well. But you can see he's conflicted about
Yeah.
it. Like the thought of using horses, so that means instead of having 4 horses, they have to have 12.
Sure.
Right? It's 3-4 times as many.
Yeah.
That
Pack mules.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So
We buy a single elephant.
Well, I was gonna say, if it's the gold itself, no, isn't what you find in the dig site going to pretty much balance out the costs and expenses of the horses that you sent?
if we find something, there's always the possibility that we don't.
That's true, but that's kind of the whole thing about expeditions.
It's a gamble.
Well,
If you're willing to forego some of your daily pay, then we can offset the cost of taking horses.
speaking
that's
of
gonna be-
which, what is that daily pay?
Meals and expenses, 2 gold per day, and a portion of anything found.
And what would we have to give up for the
So
horses?
instead of taking 2 gold a day, you'd have to take 5 silver a day.
Oh,
Well,
that's a big cut.
also,
That's a big-
you are saving money by going faster because you are cutting down travel time in half. So it is half of the pay that we would be getting. We're already getting a pay cut.
How about
The
the
man
gold? How
has-
about the gold a day versus half?
I think it should still be 2. You're wanting us to go through a lizard folk encampment.
Well,
essentially.
by our route, you make more money, and we avoid lizard men.
Yes, but
You're
don't-
the one
but
that
don't
seems
you
to
want-
be in a hurry.
Don't you want to get back so that you can do another one later? Quicker you get this one done, the quicker you can go on to your next venture.
Quicker you can go on your next
Well.
venture.
Well, you can go on your next dig.
This dig will be a year's work for me. So
Fair enough.
so the 2
All
weeks 2 weeks you're attempting to save, if you want it, but tell you what, we'll cut the price down for your travel days and pay you the full price the days you stay at the dig site.
All right.
Sounds fair.
Well, and you said that we needed runic expertise. That was preferred, not obviously, not required. But
Well, we're
for-
anticipating, as I said, some form of magical laboratory or workspace, potentially the inverse of a wizard's tower, something along those lines. So those that are familiar with magic, able to recognize sigils and glyphs, would probably do better at not tripping a variety of traps. Also being able to identify items of worth and value can assist us in the expedition.
This is something I can do easily. I can identify items if they're magical or not. I can even decipher the properties of the item if I hold it for long enough.
SURAK is pretending to nod.
Magic items, yeah.
Hey,
We do have, and I'm versed in the arcane a little bit. I can't cast spells. No, that's a lie. I have one.
I know one
Which one is it?
spell.
Listen to
Prestidigitation.
For Harry Potter, he knows one spell.
true.
Convince
It's true.
me otherwise.
It's a one-trick
but
kitty.
We
He
do
knows
have,
two.
Yeah, he knows two.
Like
He knows-
Expelliarmus
He knows
and
the
Stupefy.
stag.
Yeah,
and the-
and
and the
Patronus.
drop
Yeah, he
yourself.
knows-
Put it in
he knows-
Patronus.
he knows
Yeah.
Stag and give me a
With a
wand.
cloud. Wait,
Stag and drop that wand.
But to be fair, it took him a long ass time to
To lo-
perfect either
you know
of
what?
those things.
Oh,
That's fair.
Not
That
not
is
saying he was a great
Master of
student,
one, master of two.
but
Right.
he was good at two
That's
things,
true. That's true.
and he did them.
Well, we have some other adventurers in our party, and they're more versed in magic than I think we are. The three of us.
Well,
But
we can write in a clause that if your expertise provides great benefit to the expedition, we will pay you as such. A bonus.
When are you planning on heading out?
We are working on the final preparations, so we expect to be able to leave within 3 days.
All right. Well, I think we have some people to talk to and to verify that we can do this for you, but I think we can let you know within the hour.
Great.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You guys reconvene in the student
Hourglass?
union, the
Oh,
club,
The hourglass?
wherever you want. The hourglass,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, the clockwork hourglass.
OLORUN just sits there with his glass of milk.
Quickie the usual, please.
Yes,
I've got
Quickie
now I have the loot out.
quickly
Yeah.
sets about.
Hourglass
Are you
brew.
charming everybody? You're enthralling performance?
No, I can only do
Oh, no,
3
quick,
people.
right? Quick,
Quick
is
foot.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Quick. I was.
Yes.
I just called it
I like
quickie.
quickie.
it's fastest,
We work
quickie,
on-
I'll
quick.
say quickie. Why
Yeah.
not?
Then
God, I love
we
notes.
we tell you guys about the expedition.
Likewise.
Oh,
We have two options for the travel. You get paid less for one, but it's quicker. I don't know if you guys have an opinion about which one we do.
So we would be taking horses or carts.
Carts, we get 15-day travel both ways, 2 gold a day. Horses, it's quicker, so we can maybe do both jobs.
I know the woods.
He's very good.
But
What if we
we'd
just-
only get paid 5 silver a day
But-
for the travel, and then
We'll get
2
the
gold a
gold.
day while we're in
You
the.
mentioned that it was because of the offset of the costs. What if we just found a way to barter with someone who had some horses?
I
He did
we
say
could try that.
He did say that it would still be 2 gold for the full travel,
Yeah.
but then if we stayed later
No,
at
he
the
said it would be
expedition
2 gold
site.
for every day we're at the site. It will be cheaper for travel. He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
pay less
Yeah,
during
we-
travel.
Okay, my bad.
If we do the quick one,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
for
cut
the
and
quick
pay
one.
for travel, 2 gold a day
And
at the site.
Also,
Maybe
keep
we
in
can-
mind that the quick one, we are also running into the possibility of seeing some lizard
Yeah.
folk.
Extra danger.
Yes.
Yeah.
But possibly we could maybe find someone in town who is willing to give us a really good deal on
That's
horses,
true.
so they are not
That's
eating the
true.
cost.
Do you know when your dude wanted to go?
Let's pretend I asked that. Because Fable is smarter than Caitlin.
He is ready to go at any.
Anytime we're
Anytime.
ready.
All right.
So we could set up perhaps some communications with someone who might be willing to lend us some horses
let's-
and
We could
start
Yeah.
one and let them think on it.
Yeah. Let's
Everybody roll me an investigation check.
I will.
You guys have been in town for a minute.
That's
I
not
want
great.
this
My
one.
dice don't
Ooh.
like me.
That's a whole 4. Second 4 of the day.
17.
11.
And one was on a percentile.
5.
I almost heard more for 20.
13.
We have not been in town. We know nothing.
None of you guys decided to talk about horses for some reason.
The one that can fly. The one that doesn't.
The one
SURAK.
that flies at the 60 foot,
The
50
ranger?
feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where are
Um,
the horses? I know.
I know a horse guy.
what I will say is this. The odds of you getting a better deal on horses than what the school has already arranged and and paid for is low.
Yeah.
You would be, the only way you could make it cost effective is if you all found money to like buy your own horse and then just kept it and used it on the adventure from that.
Or possibly, if we helped the farmers who are having livestock issues, maybe.
That's a different place.
I know, but it's a quest that could be like how far away
That's
is that?
3 days.
Also,
3 days.
none of the animals that were mentioned in that were horses.
No, those aren't the ones being taken, but they might have some at the farm that would be willing to trade. Hey, we don't need to be paid, but we need to borrow these horses for a few days.
If it's-
that
I
feels like a good wrong.
I'm. If it's 3 days away though, I don't know if we can. Is that the 3? Because
I have
think so.
money and I would
Yeah,
be
it was 3
willing to
days.
pay for horses.
Same.
horses are expensive.
I'm aware,
Yeah,
but I would
I think
I
it's
would rather
400
ride
gold.
400.
Something like that.
It's like-
Something crazy.
75 or 150, something like that.
That's-
Depending on the type
okay.
of horse you're looking for.
That's what I have.
Draft
I-
horse is 50 gold.
Mm.
Riding horse
Oh.
is 75.
Draft horses is a draft horse is what. we
Yeah,
need.
so you'd be paying 50 gold a horse.
I could do 3.
I could do 2. I killed a very large
I'm
bug.
broke as hell. I'm poor. So
I'm poor, but I'm not too poor.
you're called tall. But
See,
I don't-
OLORUN is-
because
I
the
think we
other
should
thing.
embrace that wisdom and go find another man's money.
The other that's true. Because the other thing is, if you buy those horses, you can. A horse is a horse. You get to keep that
Of
shit
course,
forever.
of course.
That was right there.
You're
And
welcome.
then,
I'm gonna name it.
Oh.
About a friend. Ooh, okay.
no, I said oh. I said oh, not no. I want a friend. No.
That's what I heard, Captain.
Thanks for being back, Matthew.
I was so excited to see you. Now I feel used.
Well, he is a cat. I don't know what we were expecting.
You know what? She
Um,
makes a point.
do you guys want to take 10 minutes to talk
Yes,
about
we
this?
will.
Yeah.
Let's take a 10-minute
Yeah.
break. We're going to come back at 9:30. It is 9:20 now. So we will see you guys in just a few minutes. But until then, stay tuned. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We are Random Encounter Productions. I have a big bite of sandwich in my cheek.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yay!
But these cheeks are good for chipmunking.
And that's
So-
just what they'll do.
With me tonight, we have
Carlos playing THOZIN Fahrenheit, the Half-Orc Tiefling Forge Cleric.
Eric playing SURAK, the Horizon Walker Ranger Aarakokra.
Cole playing OLORUN Dawnseeker, the Aasimar Paladin Hexblade Warlock.
And I'm Matthew, playing Clever Stitch, the Tabaxi Arcane Archer.
Megan playing SARAID Landir, the Glamour Bard Eladrin.
And I'm KAITLIN playing FABLE Frost, the Ice Genasi Sorcerer.
all right, guys. So during the break, you guys had come up with a bit of a plan for your travel
Excellent.
arrangements. We believe you are traveling to the Patchwork Wastes,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Yes.
You are going to take the carts, travel the slow way on the way there.
The long
Take
way.
their money
Sure.
for like
Yep.
2 weeks.
Take as much of their money as we can possibly pocket.
Okay.
Oh no, we have to stop an extra day. It's raining.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no! An extra 2 gold. Whatever will I do?
Buy a hot meal.
Honestly, yeah.
And then you're going to, if they do not require escorting back, you will take the shorter, faster way back.
Even if they do, well, no, they would have to have the horses. So
I mean, yeah, you're and
if we do,
and
the long
if you
way out,
abandon
once-
them,
yeah.
when they will.
No,
That will
not
not
that.
go well.
It was more like,
just-
we can just still take the 7-day. No, we can't. They would have
No.
carts.
No.
That's
Yeah.
the
So,
entire thing.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't believe I just thought of it. So that's 3 to 4 days to start that, right?
there are yeah, you have 3 days before that.
Because
They'll
right now
leave on
it's
the
still
5th.
the second of
Traveler.
Traveler. We could kill some giant bugs in the
We could kill some
meantime.
giant bugs in the meantime.
Just an idea.
Where are the giant
Throwing
bugs?
that out there.
Giant wasps.
The wasps.
No, but like, where distance-wise?
Yeah, where are
I
they?
don't know.
Uh,
He wa-
Halroth had that.
but he also wasn't told. Like that wasn't information from last
It
week.
was
that
just
we
a
did.
drawing. We can ask Quickie. Hey, Quick.
Hmm?
Those big bug things. How far away were they?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think he was the one that gave it to him.
He wasn't the
Yeah, he was,
it
but
was-
it was in Thieves' Cant.
no.
we may just
it was
have to.
it was slipped under
But
It was
Talroth's
in
door.
it was in Thieves'
But
Cant.
he
Yeah.
asked him in
Oh,
Thieves'
what?
Cant.
So we may just have to
Never
chalk
mind.
that one up as a later.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
fine.
let Talroth take lead on that, but
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
just
Well, I
Hang
think
out.
we could take these 3 days to search for some water breathing
some really good potions.
because I can't do that.
We don't need the water breathing now.
We're not
Not
going
yet.
on that
But
one.
but if we,
If we stop
take
by
these
and-
3 days to do that, then we don't have to stop back in town if we don't want to.
We
Well,
could-
we have to.
We have
to
gotta
get
pick
to
up
meet
the
up
with Guy,
others.
yeah.
But
Tavish
that also means that
McTavish.
we don't have to go shopping again later.
Oh,
Miss
I-
SARAID, at least we could probably just find where they are at least. if
Because
worse comes to worse.
some
Don't-
healing potions.
I don't think there's going to be a long conversation about the breathing potions if I have anything to say about it.
Yes.
But if we have nothing else to do during these 3 days,
If there is anything that you need me to fix or make, then we can find some components for it.
let
I
me
can
find some metal.
Studded leather!
And then I can get studded
I
leather.
could use some metal too, actually.
Being able to upgrade to studded leather would be Phenomenal.
I need to find some copper wire.
So we're going
Alright.
component shopping.
Let's go.
Because how much is studded leather?
Copper
It's
wire from
45.
the
So
forge.
you
I
just need
think I-
45 gold worth of metal. And
Yeah.
just give me your armor enough.
Yeah, I just only have 20 gold.
I can help.
All right.
And to take SURAK aside, I apologize if this isn't appropriate, but it would be a huge save on money. Do you think perhaps as you get rid of your feathers that I might be able to have them?
Interesting.
Oh,
Just big gulp.
It's all right if not. I realize that I don't know you very well, and that's a very big question.
in your voice, in your head, it's that fable. Not all Fae. She's
Yeah, not all Fae.
'Cause
Give
I
He's-
me
think
some of your skin.
No, but he's gonna look at you, and his eyes are gonna just like focus in a little bit, and you're going to hear in Sylvan, "Is this a deal? Like, this isn't a deal, a bargain, right?"
Oh. No. I can do things with feathers that might be able to help everyone.
Oh,
And
oh.
you really should listen to Fable. We're not all like that.
I know. I'm
But it's all right. I've known plenty that do it too.
okay. Yeah. Feathers. I'll
I
talk at
don't
them.
need any at the moment, but it might be able to help.
Understood.
Thank you.
everyone dealing with some stuff. So cute. Kids are becoming friends.
Also, your pronunciation is excellent.
Thank you.
We'll make a note, never speak Sylvan for she'll say it in Elvish first.
So I speak Sylvan. I don't speak Elvish.
So she's
And
testing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We all have to have languages that we can swear in.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
I-
important, kids.
Anything else you guys are doing during this downtime? What are you? What are you?
Just-
looking for
Potion shopping. and
yeah,
stuff.
just looking for
Okay.
like any potions of water breathing.
Specifically water breathing.
Healing.
And healing.
Water breathing and healing. Those are the
That's
only
all
two
we
we're
need.
looking for.
You said we each started with 100 gold.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I took that back.
Mhm.
Oh, I missed
It's
that.
whatever your
You-
whatever your background
Yeah.
gives you.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
I've got her. It's fine.
Hold on. It's
So,
double checking.
there are there. So the town is a large town. It is not a city by any stretch of the imagination. It all centers in and around the college, right? We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
There is the quartermaster, Colette.
Colette.
We're doing things a little different. We're going to be tracking time for these different vendors to replenish their stock.
Nice.
But I am going to have things where if you guys during downtime work for them, they can replenish things faster.
Nice.
Or if you help the city grow, maybe you can help them,
I know.
you know, if the city goes from large town to small city, they'll have better stock, that sort of
Absolutely.
stuff, right? There is a single, just for simplicity's sake, a single alchemist, scribe, trader, weaponsmith, armorsmith in the town.
Okay.
Okay,
And we're gonna get to know all those NPCs real well.
and a wandwright,
Ooh.
and a wandwright.
I don't have.
So
We'll wander it.
Can't have everything.
It was a scribe, armor.
No, I mean the quartermaster.
The quartermaster was Colette.
Colette.
Collect.
Colette.
Yes, Colette. School
Quartermaster
quartermaster.
So,
Sure.
um,
I'll go with that. That's
the potion seller
Potion seller.
is Olga.
Olga.
Olga. You guys may have been familiar with her. Lovely gnomish lady. Always has weird colored hair. That's kind. She probably started learning alchemy and herbalism to dye her hair, and then just made a business out of it.
That's
I love her.
That's beautiful.
I think she's got that. She's got that. That very Hispanic like side beauty salon attached to her
Yes.
shop.
I love her.
Is she wearing like leopard leggings under her?
Well, they're
overalls?
well now. Yeah,
She's
not leggings, just
It's the
just
overalls.
It's all
leopard.
leopard.
It's
the
just a leopard.
overalls.
it's just a leopard.
She climbed into.
She got
Stitch
this
can't go in that store.
big old like trolla earring.
Oh, yeah.
Leopard.
Absolutely.
Done.
Yes.
Olga?
Yes.
Olga.
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 That's true.
Olga.
Olga.
ALGA.
ALGA.
Oh
Olga.
shit.
All right.
That's so close.
Note it for
Hello. How's it going?
Hello, potion seller.
Hello, potion teller.
It's good. It's good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We're in need of a specific type of potion.
Okay.
2 of them.
Uh-huh.
We need healing potions
Uh-huh.
and potions of water breathing. Do you have either of those?
I do have some healing.
All
I
right,
have
all right.
I
We're
have
getting
some
there.
healings. I do not have water breathing.
Question then.
Uh-huh.
Could we commission you for some potions of water breathing that you would have available in a month?
I could potentially make
could maybe pay-
one a week,
All right.
and in a month I could produce one moment. Kirby's doing calculations in his head. I do have the herbs in my garden to produce 4 of them. So that's 1 a week.
All right.
How much would this run us though?
So potions of that caliber are somewhere along the lines of between 200 and 700 gold, depending on how
Per
Difficult.
potion?
per potion. Yes.
All right. And would this be a half up front, half on receiving potions?
Yes.
All right.
4 commissions. Yes.
All right.
If I may, we're also gonna go into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way we could get some type of a, if we pick up some herbs or something
Sure.
like that
Yes.
for
If you're
you?
if you're able to find find some specific components I have, I can send you with a list, and we can either work out a rate or we can do discounts for whatever it is that you find.
How far away is the forest from the city?
A
Is it
day
a day's
away.
travel?
It's about a day's travel. Now to the east, it's much looser forest. Right around the city, that forest is well treaded and people gather and stuff there all the time. It's when you get once you get like the 2nd or 3rd day into the forest, that's when you're in like deep forest.
Sure.
Right.
Because I'm wondering if we could, because in order for that to work, we would have to give her the things before she makes any of them. So we would have to go herb hunting now.
Well,
But
she
can still buy
has
them.
4 weeks.
Oh well, yeah, she
With
gets.
her
Yeah,
now,
she
so-
buys them from
We can
us.
replenish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
So,
If we were to find all of the stuff that you need for those potions, and then give it back to you at the end, how much would that discount the potion buy?
It would
I
save you time and resources for them.
can say I'll take 20% off.
20% of 200.
It's
40.
40.
Yeah.
160.
It'd be 160
So it'd be
per
160
potion.
per potion.
Per potion?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a
I can
potion
give us-
of
we
water
would-
snorkeling?
320 would be the upfront cost.
I can get
right now.
I can get us one. I can get us half.
Well, the other thing is like if we're not all gonna have water breathing, then is there a point in any of us having water breathing?
I apologize. It's between 100 and 600.
Oh, that is.
So we're just gonna
That's-
figure out how to swim.
So if
But if
And
it's
Well, the requirement was
if they're
she'll go
100,
ahead. So she'll go ahead and price them at. She's gonna price them at 300 each. Well, on a commission, because she's not planning on brewing them at the moment, she's gonna price them at 400. So they're 400 each. If you bring back the components for those 4 potions, she'll take 20% off the price. So that is going to
it's 640 up front and 640 on pickup. We do not have that much.
yeah, we don't have that.
I don't even know if we can afford one.
That's
Nope.
good to know for
So-
later. In the meantime,
Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't.
We
do
don't-
that
So
yet.
healing?
Yeah.
then.
So
So healing then.
how about
So-
those healing potions?
So I do have some healing potions. I have 2 regular healing potions and a greater healing potion. The regulars are. I miscalculated, guys. I apologize.
You're fine.
So the uncommon potion
Mhm.
for the commission is going to be 300 per potion.
Okay.
Still
So
out.
I know it
Yeah.
is, but I'm
Yeah.
just
I mean, it's better.
I forgot.
It is.
So when
but-
magic items are consumable, you reduce their price in half of what you roll. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
Commission we get back there. So there is that. The other one for the common healing potion is $35.
35 for the common.
Yes.
You have 2?
She had 2.
She has 2.
70.
Mm-hmm.
And then the greater.
The greater is again 300.
We can
Well-
definitely do the 2 regulars.
Yeah. Let's just do that.
Her yeah, actually she's got 1 greater, so she is pricing it. She's got it at 250 for the greater.
Oh, well, no, we're still just going to do that.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll drop 15 gold.
I'll take care of them.
That's fine. I will drop 15 gold.
I will take care of the rest of it.
Okay.
So, did I do that?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're out.
All right. You guys are out of Olga.
2 regular potions.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants those items?
They give at least 1 to the healer because she has to keep herself alive to keep us alive.
I'm fine. All I have really is healing spells.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I have none
Yeah,
of those.
So you take 1.
I have one of those.
I think
I think. Well,
then
I
you-
have 1.
you have 1. You have yeah. You have one. I have some.
Yeah.
So
I
you
would love.
you two take the potion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got
You
it.
get one regular healing.
Like,
Yeah.
Great,
we've
thank
all
you.
got
And if,
like 4 of us got heals.
Yeah.
yeah, if nothing else, we understand that.
Tonight is the night we fight a dragon.
That's what I fucking say, yo. At least we understand that there are potions in people. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
backpacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if,
We all know where our potions are held.
if we need
blah,
them,
blah, blah.
it can be just like, I'm
Administered.
stealing this real quick. Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then I think that does it,
All
right?
right. Yeah, and I don't think we have any other shopping.
Puts
Right,
the lid
cool.
right on the jar.
We wanted to be able to maybe buy metal and components.
The only component I need now, thank you, is copper wire.
All right.
Nice.
And I know.
I'll say he can
studded-
get copper wire for free from the
From
farm.
it's in the student
Him?
stores.
Yeah.
No,
and I know studded leather.
All you have to do
costs
is ask.
45 gold, but
Mhm.
half of,
Oh,
but
looks like we
a
won't be
chunk
using
of
this.
it is the leather armor.
Sure.
Right?
What's the
So-
price of leather armor?
Isn't it like 45 or?
75?
45 is studded.
I think
10.
10.
Oh,
So
Yeah, 10 gold. So 35 of it's the metal?
sure.
Perfect. So if I could get somebody to pay 30 gold for me.
How much
Yes,
money do you
actually-
have?
Shut up. I've got this. So yes, I'll make you a deal. I'll pay for it. But you have to ask THOZIN if I can have some copper wire. Or not like if I can have it, but just if you could have some copper wire.
Alright.
Yeah. Like a proper spoon of it.
Deal.
please. Wonderful. Then here's 30 gold.
Then I will.
Middle school.
pass him this.
Pass this note. Put it in a
can you give this
locker.
to THOZIN?
Check yes or no.
Don't
tell
tell
him
him-
it's
don't tell him it's from me.
Yeah.
Do you like me? Yes or no? But don't tell him it's from me.
It's like newspaper clippings cut out and like glued into a
Can I
sheet.
have some copper wire? Check yes or no.
Yes or no? I made you this mixtape.
Shut
So
up. She
I'm
is the
gonna-
mixtape.
So I'm gonna actually go over to Clever Stitch and I'm gonna. Who are you making it your armor into studded leather armor?
THOZIN. Yes.
How quickly can you do that?
What? You've got that down to an hour, right?
I can go there in an hour. Yes.
Oh, because you're a forge cleric?
Because-
Yes.
Yeah.
Abusing Forge Cleric.
As of now, I can do it once a day in an hour because it's in my channel
But we
divinity.
have 3 hours.
We have 3
3
days.
days. I mean,
We have
it's
3
like-
days, yeah.
So yeah, I
Could you do that twice?
I could do one today and one tomorrow. Yes.
Look at us being
Ah.
clever.
Metal. I need to buy metal.
Well, come join us. I do too. Clearly, my leather armor is missing. So I don't have it in my
Mine as well.
possession. So.
I've got
So, here's your hiccup.
Oh, no.
great.
Why hiccups?
Are you proficient in leather workers' tools?
I have carpenters and smiths.
Smith's tools can be used to make armor. However, leather workers' tools are required to make leather armor.
But he's not
No, but
making
he's
leather
not
armor.
making
He's
it.
upgrading
He's-
existing
Well,
leather
no,
armor.
but
It's still
also
leather,
he's performing a
A
divine
ritual.
ritual.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
not
Let
actually.
me see how this works.
Double check the ritual.
Okay, please.
Double check the god magic, y'all.
Artisan's Blessing. You can use your channel divinity to conduct a 1 hour long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal, a simple or martial weapon, a suit of armor, 10 pieces of ammunition, a set of tools, or another
I will accept it.
metallic object.
Yeah.
All right.
That is a forge cleric specific thing.
Yeah, that's the only reason why we allowed it.
Ah!
Forge clerics.
It cannot be more than 100 gold, by the way.
No, no.
Oh yeah,
it's
you're
not.
good.
It's 40.
It is 45. All right, then we pay the gold. We hand you the metal. Oh, also, can I have copper wire?
I think I have some back in the forge.
Oh,
Like,
all right.
why do you need copper wire?
I collect things.
Okay.
I'm here.
I'll come back to you and get it.
need it.
I'll come back to the forge and get it. I'll bring it to you. It's fine.
All right.
Off.
I go to the forge.
I'm following him to the forge.
Any spare copper wire that I can spare? Like, I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's
there you go.
there's plenty that go into like mostly used on like trims, hand wraps,
Yeah.
on weapons, things like that.
It's
Yeah,
decorative.
increases grip and stuff. Absolutely.
Can you do me a favor as I work on your piece?
Absolutely.
I it's quite a bit of gold, so just be careful with it. I need to look for a pearl that costs 100 gold.
Everyone's just trading favors.
So while I work for this, do you mind looking around?
I can do that.
Here's, and I hand a pouch of 100 gold. Do me a favor if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
be careful with that gold.
You got it.
Amazing. I wait until people have left.
I'm following you to go find the pearl.
Excuse me. Do you have a minute before you start working on that?
Of course.
I just didn't want to bring it out in the. I noticed you've got some scarring. Would it be inappropriate for me to ask what happened?
Not at all. I'm not ashamed of it. Like,
She just ready for a story. Always ready for a story.
so the long story being short, my father had began creating a mace actually that to replicate my mother's mace way back when they were together, and unfortunately he passed away before he was able to finish it, and it requires some obsidian. So when I commissioned a group of adventurers to come with me to discover the obsidian, and as we were collecting it, I had a misstep, one may say, and it was in a volcano, and I slipped into some lava, but thankfully I feel like my infernal heritage kind of protected me a little bit.
You're obviously okay.
Oh yes, of course. Like I mean, I have the scars, but I'm not ashamed of it. I feel like this is actually what I kind of discovered, like my passion and my deity actually. Like,
And something like that didn't scare you away from fire.
no, I just embraced it. Like sometimes, like it was hard at first, but I feel like when we hit our lowest point, we're open to the greatest change, and this is a change that needed to be made in my life.
You can see her. She's sort of rubbing her hands over the little blue, the darker lines on her. Well, my scars may not be quite as recognizable as yours, but I think I have to show you something, because I don't quite know what to do with it. And as someone who understands fire, I thought you might be able to help. And she, almost as though she has been pulling back from doing this whole time, she bursts into flame. But it's blue.
Oh,
And you get the feeling very quickly that she doesn't actually know how to pull it back in. And because she is made of ice, parts of her, especially around the hands there, they just start cracking and melting. And I'd really like to know what to do about this. Mr. Thozin,
it's okay. It's breathe. Take your time. If anything in here, you're fine.
that's
I
why
don't
you
think
wanted to do this here instead of out in the middle of the woods somewhere.
breathe.
But,
Breathe and bring it back in.
she tries so hard. She's trying so hard.
And I'm gonna get burned, but I don't care. I hold your hand, and I'm like, it's okay. Breathe. Bring it in.
Just all ice crusts over it again, and just sort of, she's steaming for a minute. A while ago, I panicked, and this happened. And I'm not quite sure how to go about learning how to use it. My parents didn't have much. I was leaving in a hurry when all this happened. All they mentioned was something about Phoenix and where my magic comes from. But I don't have anyone here who knows how to do this, and I don't want to burn down a village or anything. And so I thought maybe you'd be able to teach me a little bit about. I know I don't look like someone who would understand fire, and you'd be right. But you do.
Yes, but don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you don't look like it doesn't mean that you can't understand it. It will take some time and practice, but I would love to help as much as I can.
Thank you, Mr. Thozin.
Of course. I promise. It is your gift to share, I will not say a word to anybody.
I've heard stories my whole life about people with strange magics, and someone who just bursts into flame and can't really control it doesn't last very long. And I'd like to last very long. So, if it's alright with you while we're on the road, I'd like to practice.
We'll find some time.
Thank you.
Of course.
Takes the copper and runs away. Just try her icing back over as she goes. She's just trying to build.
And I just think to myself before I start working, I'm like, what a strange little girl.
A big mood.
Yeah.
And I'll do my first day of Channel Divinity and create.
Yeah, like you
Wait,
have my armor.
do I have both?
I'm just wearing my.
Or do I just?
street
Yeah,
clothes.
both of them.
I'll create yours first, and then I'll create yours next.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got fur. Oh
Your armors are made.
yeah. We look for. Were we able to find the pearl?
Yeah.
All right.
Pearl acquired. Anything else? Okay.
I don't think I need anything else either.
One of the other new features that we are going to work on with in this campaign, I'm trying out, comes from Adventures in Middle Earth. It is how they do. It is considered their journey phase.
Okay.
And this plays into what we had talked about during some of our one-shots. You are unable to take a long rest while you are outside of a sanctuary. The idea being that while you are traveling, while you are outside of a town or a place that you are truly safe, you cannot take a long rest. You can take an 8-hour rest.
So we don't get exhausted.
Well, here's how we're gonna do it. During a traveling rest, we're gonna call it a medium rest.
Sure.
Might as well. We got
A
short
nice-
one. We got a long
I mean,
one.
One is
a short
just
one
right.
And a Goldilocks
And a
rest.
Goldilocks rest.
Right.
I like that.
So, what you are required to take a long rest is being in a sanctuary, and generally they cover 4 things, right? You are safe, you have shelter, you have food, and you are comfortable, right? So, when you're traveling, there's pretty much no way you're going to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
But
about
you
right.
can have shelter from elements, finding caves, bringing tents, all of those sorts of things.
Yeah.
You have food, right?
Sure.
And
We take
keeping watches and stuff like that.
Keeps us
You
safe,
can
yeah.
attempt to be safe. Now, there are different degrees to all of that.
Obviously, yeah.
For everything that you are able to cover,
Mhm.
you basically get to normally during a rest you recover I think 3 things. Half your hit dice,
Mhm.
your long rest recharge abilities, right? Your hit points, and a 4th one, the
And
level
spell
level of exhaustion.
Mhm.
Okay.
So your long
Oh,
rest
right.
recharge
Is
is
the
is
spell
your
slots, yeah.
your spell slots,
Gotcha.
right? So for every one of those things that you have successfully accomplished in a rest,
You get,
you
one
get
of those
to
items.
choose. You get one of those things that you choose back.
Oh god.
What about transfers? Does it affect me,
So you the same conditions have to be met.
even though it's just?
Because they don't have to
It's
rest
it
anyway.
is not the time.
Mhm.
You guys are taking the 8 hours to rest. You are taking the time to rest. But are you truly comfortable? Are you safe? Do you? I don't get a long rest when I go to a hotel.
You get a long rest at home.
That's
Okay,
it.
that's
That's
not a
fair.
fair
But-
example.
But like,
that's fair.
but like,
Yeah.
just traveling in general is a taxing experience.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
that's neat.
it is not something that is going to debilitate you guys, but it is showing sort of the value of
Mhm.
these sort of other places.
Okay.
Isn't it
Okay.
bad?
Well,
So just to
well,
write this down,
reason.
so it's comfortability, sleep,
Safety.
food, and safety.
It's just all you need
Yeah.
is Leoman's tiny hut or Warden Cannon's magnificent
Well, I
mansion.
don't
Okay, in
Navigate
15
alternatively.
levels, we'll talk to you.
Alternatively, just don't use all of your hit dice all the time.
Yeah.
So one of
I try. I'm very squishy.
No, I
one
know. I
of
know.
well one of the things that does, because
Mhm.
a lot of our adventures are going to be expeditions.
Yeah.
A lot of them are going to be traveling.
Mhm.
One of the things that also does is that during when we go on journeys, we're going to attempt this journey style right now. We're going to give it a shot.
Oh yeah.
So we're trying rules out. We're trying things out. If this turns out to be what kills you guys at some point, then I will reconsider.
Okay.
Sure.
But we
That's
are.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Maybe before we die and have to re-roll new characters.
This is something that we talked about during the one shots,
Level.
and
Didn't realize that was going to be a
Hmm?
campaign-wide
What
thing.
was the spell slot?
that
level what?
was
Okay.
Level condition?
Okay.
Level. I'm writing it
exhaustion,
down.
hit
Exhaustion,
points,
hit point.
hit dice, long rest abilities.
Long rest of it.
Uh-huh.
If you are a class that does not have a once per long rest ability, then
And if it does the long rest / short rest, it's still kosher.
this is always a short rest. So if you take
Okay.
8 hours and
You
it is
always at
always
least get a
considered a
short
short
At
rest.
least a short.
Right.
At least a short
I can
rest.
deal with that.
So like a monk would get their
Yes,
point
it is.
back.
It is
All of ours-
always
All of our stuff seems to be like long short rest.
so. Yeah,
I think the only thing. Well, my thing once a day
Mhm.
is like what I'm doing right now.
right. So that would
That
be
would
a
be-
Oh
long
no, sorry,
rest.
no, lie. It's the whole imbued something with
Right.
magic. I can do that once a day.
Right.
So that would be considered
That with your spell slots would be an ability that you would.
ability.
Okay,
Right.
the long rest recharge.
Yeah.
However, where do you draw the
abilities.
line? Because there's some like magic items that are once a day, as in when the
An-
sun rises.
An item is
But I didn't know if
completely
that,
separate.
if that ability called once a day, not once per long rest, fell under that category. That's why I was confused.
It could be a long rest
Yeah, yeah.
ability. Like I can.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Yeah.
think I get anything else long rest wise, so I would I guess consider that as my long
So
rest
certain
ability.
things that are usually it'll say once per long rest. If it says once per dawn, that is
That was what I was
that is
Sure.
a separate
Okay.
event.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
that's an item thing.
Yeah,
Mo-
because
far more
once
often
per
than not.
dawn, it like items don't benefit from rests.
Right,
So,
yeah. And then there are special rules for like planes that don't have a dawn.
Sure,
Like it's
yeah.
basically once every 24 hours.
Yeah, because with this one is at the end of a long rest, you imbue an item with magic.
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So I would
so
consider
you
that.
so you could do it on a medium rest if you pick basically
Yeah.
your once per long rest abilities.
Yes.
So abilities, spell slots, those sort of
Okay.
things.
Cool.
Right. So like for a fighter, their second wind is something that it's a
Nice.
long
They would
rest.
have to choose.
They would have to choose.
Ostensibly.
Right.
No, that's a short rest. Fighters get everything back on a short rest.
Fuck
So
you.
classes, so rogues and fighters, classes that get everything back on a short rest, basically have -1.
Well, yeah.
So they can't gain everything all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you guys just want those classes in particular to be
Yeah, I feel like it's
easier.
too confusing to then take away the one. Just let them have their shit.
that's fine.
I don't mind.
If that is the thing that keeps us alive, is one class
Well,
just being able to
And,
survive the night.
and you can
Like-
I
You
can
can,
cast
like,
wounds with pack magic.
in yeah.
Mhm.
And you can in fiction kind
Right.
of say why that happens because
They're
fighters are hardier
Yes,
and are
they're-
used to and rogues
There's
are
good
able to
story
like
reasons.
squeeze into tight spaces hide
Yeah.
around all the time.
They are
that
trained
blah, blah,
to be
blah,
more
blah,
comfortable
blah,
in
blah,
these
blah,
kinds
blah,
of
blah.
yeah.
Yeah, like
Right.
there are ways that we can make that work
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
fiction.
Okay.
I would
Alright.
rather have them just be able to be okay with all their shit than have us complicatedly handicap them
Sure.
just to make them on our level. Let
Correct.
them have their
On board.
extra stuff. Like
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, during the journey phase,
Mhm.
everybody on the journey gets to occupy specific roles.
Okay.
Okay. You want to pick characters. I'm going to go through them. Usually, people that have certain skills or certain stats
Mhm.
will benefit from them. The first one, and the one that's going to always make at least one roll, is the guide. They begin the embarkation thing. Yep.
hello.
The bird man.
So,
Oh hi.
It's like he can go fly up and scout and then come back and see things. from,
The
like, really
guide-
far away.
is in charge of all decisions concerning route, rest, and supplies. The guide relies on wisdom and survival proficiency.
Please.
Go on.
So,
You go.
so we have all decided on our guide.
Mhm.
There are 3 more roles. More than one person can occupy the role,
Okay.
and you guys would either grant somebody advantage, or if you leave a role undocumented, it just Sucks.
happen. Yeah.
Up next is the scout, in charge of setting up camp, opening new trails. Scout relies on stealth and investigation.
I vote.
Go
Yeah,
nuts.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I have a.
I
We
do
have an
too.
actual scout
I
roll
have-
later, but not tonight.
I have a +6 stealth and a 2 investigation.
Yeah,
Hell
go,
yeah.
go ahead and
There
take
you
that.
go.
It's all you, broski.
Up next is the hunter. Now, this hunter is in charge of finding food in the wild. For hunters, rely on success with survival checks. You cannot occupy more than one role at a time. I know you have a hunter ability that lets you feed people, but there will be times in which hunting, there's events basically
Yeah.
that can happen on the journey.
Hmm.
So who wants to?
It's just survival.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3. It's not bad.
It's a
Okay.
2 for
Mine's a
me.
1.
Yeah, I have a 2. I have proficiency, but I
Sure.
still a 2.
We're gonna be eating a lot of berries.
Well, 2 people like
You can both. You can both
do it.
take hunter if
Okay.
you're proficient and you're just naturally good at it.
Yeah.
Can we listen to the last one before we make a choice?
So the
Yeah,
last,
we'll listen to.
the last one is lookout, in charge of keeping watch. Lookouts rely on their abilities in perception.
Oh,
1 to that as well.
you should probably do that.
I'm a 6 in perception.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll be the one. I don't mind assisting, especially since I can create water.
Okay.
So
For the
I think
hunter?
I can at least
Okay.
create water for
Mhm.
for pure water.
Yeah, for drinking water.
Sure.
absolutely.
I can't
And
create
do you
food
wanna,
yet, but
Do you want
Are
to
you
help
gonna
on
do-
that?
I just
Hunter,
make
look out.
ice. I'm like,
Oh,
cool.
not yet.
I can
Anyway.
give you assist. I
It's
have
on your
none
own.
of these skills.
No, that's-
So yeah, I
yeah.
just give you
So you can
That's
still
fine, yeah.
help somebody out. Absolutely.
Oh,
So you are going to be the hunter.
Okay.
I'm hearing a backup hunter and lookouts. Right? Lookout, main lookout, backup lookout.
other way around.
Or-
I'm helping with lookout.
Lookouts,
so
He's helping with
hunting.
hunters, yeah,
Got it.
hunters on this side.
Okay. Sounds good. I have calculated your terrain difficulty. It is moderate terrain. Just so you guys know. It's not deep forest. Ooh, is it deep forest? Primarily, yeah, deep forest. Great. So it's 3. So the first roll that we're gonna do, and I'm trying things out so that travel and journey can be a little more
An
cinematic
actual thing.
and an actual thing, right? We begin
Yeah.
with the guide. You are going to roll a d12. You are going to add your proficiency bonus.
Which is doubled
That's fine.
in my favorite terrain for
Absolutely.
any wisdom or intelligence checks.
Great. So you can I will allow you to do that. And half your wisdom. It's just specifically what this book says. So for
Sorry.
their math. So your proficiency bonus plus half your wisdom.
Okay.
Why it's half, I don't know, but that's how Middle Earth did their math. So
okay.
we're just gonna try
So
it.
it's just a
New things to
D12
this.
plus proficiency plus half my
Half your wisdom
intelligence.
score
Half your
or
wisdom.
your wisdom bonus.
Bonus. Wisdom bonus.
All right, so that's 10, 11.
11 minus 3, which is the difficulty terrain. So you are to an 8. And we get a result.
Oh,
Sorry, Mike. Fine weather. Yeah, look
Oh,
at that
hell
for
yeah.
you
There
guys.
we go.
Sweet.
oh yeah.
Is
Okay.
this war for Africa? Like, is this we roll the dice to see what the weather is like?
No,
Is
but
it gonna be hot?
I could roll
That's
per
true.
day.
Yeah, that's
we
what
could
this
do
feels like.
War for North Africa.
Ugh.
This is actually much shorter, and I think it's going to be more interesting.
I
Sorry,
like
that process. I was like, oh my god, this is war for North Africa.
So
It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it wasn't.
I love it.
each morning brings a beautiful sunrise that raises spirits and fills all who see it
Look
with
at that.
hope for the day ahead.
Aw.
When rain falls, it's cooling and soothing rather than soothing to a weary traveler. The wind seems to be no more than a light breeze. You don't have snow, so I'm not going to read about snow. Bright skies creating majestic, breathtaking views. As a result, each member of the company may ignore the first level of exhaustion that they accrue during this journey.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
So these journey events have usually simple penalties, hit dice, an exhaustion level. Those are the usual things, which is why that rest mechanic becomes
Interesting.
important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
You guys are on what is collectively a short journey. It is less than 15 days, or 15 days or less. So you are right at the cusp here.
As this is happening,
Yes.
just during most of the day's travels, SURAK isn't wearing his studded leather armor
Mhm.
because he can't fly 50 feet with it. I just read.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
have to wear the leather.
Yeah, with medium armor or heavy armor, he doesn't get 50
Studded
feet.
leather is
Studded
still
leather's
light.
Yeah.
Studded leather
Yes.
still light?
Yeah.
My
It's
apologies.
the only
Boom.
reason rogues can wear it.
It's the highest light.
It's the highest light you can
Cool. So,
Highest
then yeah, still have on armor then. But yeah, flying around, and he's that's how he's like keeping guiding. Is I'm flying through trees, and it's very just like.
Okay.
At the campsite at night, I wanted to call her Yvonne. Fuck. Fable is trying with THOZIN's like supervision, I hope, trying to do the ignite to start the fire.
Standing there with an
Mhm.
extinguisher.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
She's
he brought it
goddamn
just
Shoto
for me.
Todoroki.
Well, because I read technically it's just an action for ignite.
Yeah.
It just happens. I like the flavor of she gotta fucking learn. Like
Yeah.
it's because they are volatile by nature.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I didn't want her to be volatile dangerous. I wanted her to just be untrained. Like
Mhm.
that's because I'm not a selfish player who's like, I'm gonna burst into flame, fuck all of you. Like, no.
After the first night, rides back in spring.
Okay.
Because the weather's really nice.
Nice.
Aw.
Who has the lowest AC, by the way?
Me, probably.
Really?
I can't wear armor.
Oh, you can't wear armor.
No.
Oh, I
Neither
can't-
can she.
I can't help you there.
When I
Me.
The lowest with armor.
no,
Mage
this is-
armor.
This is just with my mage armor.
I
This
don't
is
have
with
that.
that, but yeah.
Okay, so who with armor has the lowest?
I
Oh,
have a
with my
16.
dex.
15.
Oh, never
Okay.
mind. 12.
So over you. So on a daily, since I can do a +1 to either armor or a weapon every day, every
Mhm.
morning I will tap his armor to bump it into a +1
Okay.
until otherwise.
Sure.
I apologize. I pulled us away from the dice rolls with saying the flying thing.
Mhm.
That was my
I
my
like
fault.
knowing how the travel's happening.
Is this a game to you, Eric?
It is.
The Dragons isn't a game. It's a
Interesting.
fucking lifestyle.
That is.
Get it right.
That is a fucking fact.
Okay. And I have the number of events you guys are going to experience.
Oh, no.
We're going to do 2, the most on a journey of this length, just so that we can
Sure. Test
Give
them
it-
out. Yeah.
test them out, right? I will go ahead and let one of you guys roll me a D12.
Not it.
Not it.
I got it.
I've been rolling like shit tonight. I'm not doing it.
Oh, I always roll like shit.
Okay, so
12.
Hey!
D12 plus 1, so we are at
13.
13. Yep.
Oh,
13
chart,
events.
chart. Oh god.
No, no, no.
13
No,
events.
no,
sorry.
no.
13 is
I
a
know.
folk.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's 2 events, but we're figuring out which events.
Yeah.
Don't do that to us.
So,
Don't put that evil on us.
13 deal.
I think
13 Tarasks.
13 Orcuses.
roll me the other one first.
Uh-oh.
The other event.
13 deal. 12.
13.
Deja vu! Yes, you have!
We're all doomed.
So it
Oh,
didn't
we
even
have
take
all the
long
healers
rest
today.
mechanic.
And a young green dragon pours out of the forest.
It wasn't even
And
the
we
long
all
rest
died.
mechanic that fucking killed us. It was
It's
the
Matthew.
events.
It was
It
Matthew.
was Matthew's dice.
As we all knew it would
We
be.
wanted you to come back so
Listen,
badly.
I am a cat. It is my nature.
He
He
can
has-
just re-roll
he
the
has
same
9 lives,
character.
it's
He's got
fine.
9 lives.
What did you roll on the embarkation and roll?
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
Altogether, it was
Thanks,
like a-
book.
It was like a.
Okay, give me just
No.
Give me
Altogether,
just
it
a
was an
moment.
8.
Oh no.
Yeah, altogether it was an 8.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
I found us some forest.
Also, SARAID has taken the copper wires and sort of wound them around her fingers so they make like springs, and she's twisted them into her hair, so it looks like a little crown. And it makes her like a emitter, so it's how she casts message. It's
Oh!
the material component of her message, but it still looks good.
They're the antenna.
Yeah,
Does the weather
But
get
it-
in the way?
but it's like a bunch of them.
Who are my lookouts?
Us, the Ice Sisters.
Side stars.
Okay.
Yeah, nice no more.
I need you to make a perception check. Since there are 2 of you and we have 2 events, You will
Each roll
each
for
roll for one.
Okay.
Alright.
And it's 20.
It is a normal perception check. Yes.
Why?
17.
Okay. Hold on to your number.
Okay.
What do you got?
No, 10.
10? Okay.
Forest.
That's, yeah.
Level 3?
Yeah, I was
Roll
gonna
a
say, level,
9.
No, I know, but at level 3?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
I'm scared.
could be worse.
I haven't rolled above a 9
Months
all
ago, I
night.
was like, God.
Ooh, right. Okay.
We can't
Mhm.
die.
Jumps off.
We gonna die.
But that must make a perception check. You guys rolled the longest entry. Like
You're
this
welcome.
is this is
This is going
I
well.
apologize for nothing.
so
That way we get the longest one out of the way. Now we're The rest-
correct.
the rest of them we know it. We know what we're in for.
Mhm.
Or it's just going to be one of those things. You come up on an island with sprites and a very friendly old
I
man.
loved him.
Nobody.
It's a trap.
Something's wrong with it.
Just
Nobody-
nice.
Mm.
I just wanted to feed you guys a pineapple. So sorry.
He has
for
a
damage.
bed made of bones. No, just wood. Damn. Okay.
I forgot how paranoid everyone was about that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I know, I loved it.
An island in the mist. Of course, we were paranoid.
Sure.
That's how we stayed alive.
I feel like that's just good sense.
Because it wasn't all of us. There was like half of the party was like, let's go be friends with him and braid his hair. And there was like 2 of us like, okay,
Mm.
y'all kids go
Y'all-
play. We're
Y'all
just gonna,
crackheads, but I.
we're just gonna slowly load our guns and hang out on the beach.
Okay.
Okay.
This is gonna be epic.
Oh no.
Hey, epic is
Alright.
good.
Shuffle your
Alright.
decks, fam.
That's what we do.
Go ahead and shuffle them.
Oh, why would you say
Game
that?
time, ladies and gentlemen.
Caitlin,
She
she talked
knew.
about this. Stop putting words in his
She,
mouth.
she wasn't saying anything that wasn't already
You
happening.
think
That's
you
true.
think I have that power?
Mine.
Really? I don't have that kind of power over the DM.
We have the same group next week, right?
Now we do. We can. It was supposed to be Kez and Marzin next week, but if you need to for story purposes,
Yeah.
keep this same group. That is up to you if we have the same group.
Yeah.
Everyone here is available next week. Yes.
Well,
Great.
here is the wonderful thing. I do not have to force an end to
Yeah,
these
exactly.
to these encounters,
I'm on board.
which is
Let's go.
which is absolutely wonderful.
That's fun.
Roll me, since you are the guide.
I am.
It is a 15-day journey.
It is
Roll me 4d4.
44.
Party
How
far.
far into
Party
the journey this
hard.
happens?
Party hard.
What day this happens?
Awesome.
Yep.
Need default?
I need 1D.
That one here. You got-
All right. All right. 5, 8, 9.
Day 9. Okay. Roll again.
We're being chased by the same thing.
Ooh.
7. Ooh, shit. So that's 12, 15.
That's right at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't decided yet.
Oh god.
Let's see how this first thing goes, shall we?
Great.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Amazing.
I'm sorry.
Let us.
Real
do
quick.
this.
How
Yes.
does one spell cast? Okay.
How does one
Real
dungeon?
quick.
How does one
How do
D&D?
how do I play this game? And
So
also,
this first
who
one is
are
going to be
all of
day
you,
9.
and where am I?
Yeah, we are on. We're on day 9.
Cuts to the sky.
Day 9.
Oh, you finally woke up.
Is game I play?
Is it?
Is game?
Is game?
Yeah.
9 plus
14.
I do have to say though, especially because we are
Yeah,
a
no.
smaller cast, because we were talking about earlier when Matthew was recording his thing that like we can have cliffhangers finally. Like we did never
Yeah.
get to do that before.
Yes.
But also the fact that you can.
Stop in the middle of a goddamn
I'm
battle.
worried. I'm worried about the long rest mechanic. It doesn't mean I don't like it. I'm loving the travel mechanics though. Like that's fucking awesome. And so I love the fact that we get to like do more than just roll on the random encounter table. Okay.
Right.
Like
Well,
this is fun.
and that's why the rest mechanic needs to be in place.
So that we can
Because if you roll on this journey thing and it's lose a hit die, and then it's like,
all
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
then
or
it
like
doesn't-
earlier the weather affected the exhaustion thing. Like, that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah. And so the journey chart plays very much into exhaustion, and hit dice is usually what it manipulates, so that when you get to a place and you are adventuring there, you are either in a better state because travel can go really well, or you
Or
are in
you're-
a diminished.
This is
state.
road events in Gloomhaven. You start with 3 hit points missing.
Sort
Like,
of, yeah.
Bob, if you're there, we're bringing Gloomhaven to you.
But it does a good job of these things.
I'm scared. It's about to be first combat of the new campaign, guys.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, right. Well, savage.
In the hours of spring here in Luchtdracht, you guys are slightly north of what we are familiar with as far as Rotom goes. And in a dense forest like this, twilight hours very much might as well be night hours. It is about 6 p.m. and you have a couple of hours of journeying left. At least one you would like to make to keep pace for the day. All of you, as you are walking alongside these carts, flying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Traveling alongside these carts. I will let you know, SURAK, your flight, you are in difficult terrain for flight because of
It shouldn't be not in a favored terrain. It shouldn't be.
not for like travel purposes, but
Mhm.
for combat purposes. Oh, you're a ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any-
he ignores
right.
difficult
Any
terrain.
other bird would have a difficult time flying
Yes.
because of all the branches and
Mhm.
things like that. But
He's just flitting from
you
branch to branch.
are quite adept at that. Well done, sir.
Thank you. I also remain alert to danger.
Yes, well, this danger is not attempting to be stealthy or sneaky in
I don't like that
much
at all.
of
Then I am
It found us
super
twice.
alert about it.
yeah, in
Well,
much of any way. It starts with the ground sort of trembling, and then you hear in sort of this loud chorus of hisses and snaps. You can see the creatures to your, you guys are traveling south to your west. It is, excuse me, I think you went around them. It is a horde, and I mean not a hunting party. I mean vast. It is the entirety, you suspect, of this lizard folk
Oh,
tribe.
shit.
And you can see them at about 300 feet.
Isn't that why we went around this way?
You attempted to.
God damn it.
And you know that they have spotted you. They are not attempting to be stealthy or hide themselves in any way. Most of them are on foot, armed for war, but you can see that there are two very specific sort of shamans that have an odd elongated body they're actually like lizard centaurs. Right, so they've got that torso like a gator centaur, but the upright, you know what I mean, a little taller, and them and the what is clearly the ruler are wearing these masks, and you immediately recognize the metal. Those of you that met the Wilders,
Yeah.
you recognize it as well. It is adamantine,
Shit.
but the masks are of these are lizard folk wearing a draconic mask, an elaborate
Interesting.
dragon mask made of adamantine, and their scouts are probably closer, maybe like 120 feet away. They've been the ones that spotted you guys before you had much of a chance to notice them. They probably picked up your trail and like hunted you down.
Mm-hmm.
That is where they are at now. What would you guys like to do? You can see that Renatal is panicked.
Yeah.
He is freaking out.
Question.
Yes.
Because my job was, I don't remember what it was called, but I was the one that was
You were the
not the
scout.
scouting.
guide,
You were the
but
scout.
I'm scouting.
Right.
How far away from the group am
How far do you want to be?
A good question.
I?
He's already dead.
So usually the way the events work is
Uh-huh.
like, depending on the event, you get to a place and you're like, we need a scout, and the scout goes. and does
Oh, okay,
something.
got it. Okay,
Right.
then that's.
So
I just wanted to make sure.
that's
wasn't- okay.
sort of how that works. But because you do have that job,
Mhm.
if you would like to say you are further from the group in this instance, I am okay with that. If you would prefer to be right with the group,
I'll
I am
be
okay with that too.
For this, because it's his favorite terrain and he's guiding us.
Yeah.
I'm okay with just being with the group. I
Great.
just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure how the scout worked
Sure.
for this.
Yeah,
new
that
mechanic.
that's kind of how it is.
Perfect.
You get to a moment when you're like, oh, we really need.
Sure. We need
Right.
we need to sneak ahead and look for things.
Sure.
Yeah. that makes sense.
Absolutely.
All right.
Guide, Renatal is looking at you to see what they should do.
All right. So, you said they're like 300 feet away.
The main body. Yeah, I'll say there are 2 scouts that are within 120 feet.
But so they're within 120 feet. Main group's 300 feet away.
Yeah.
How fast? But they're moving at like just 30
No-
feet per round, sort of.
Lizard folk don't have a particularly fast ones. The centaurs might be faster.
So what? How fast can we get the carts and horses and everybody of non-battle readiness to move? Can we get? What I'm asking is, can we get them moving faster than the approaching mass of lizard folk?
You can attempt to. You almost have to.
Yeah, that's
You-
what I'm saying.
Yeah. So what do you tell them?
Run!
I got it.
Fly, you fools!
Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm going to look at
So that is
Renatal.
literally the entry.
Fly, you fools! So run!
So SURAK flies down to the ground and he sees all of this and he looks to Renatal and you said he's freaking out. And it's just going to be, oh, okay, look here, look at me, Renatal.
Yes.
Okay, I need you to calm down.
Okay.
I've seen the path. I know where we need to go.
Okay.
We can move faster than they do, but we have to start now.
Let's go.
Good.
Okay.
Stitch,
Yeah.
you've scouted forward?
Yeah, a little bit.
Good. Lead the way.
All right.
Okay.
And I am going to, at this point, fly 20 feet into the air.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to scare someone.
And I'm gonna let loose a shot at the one of the centaur ones
Mm-hmm.
because I can do a grasping strike that slows them down.
That's
Okay.
beautiful. Do
so
that.
I will be I can do 2 of those. So
Well, if you're
I'll-
going to be at the 2 of them, I'm going to shoot one as well.
All right.
But you go first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. First dude.
Nice.
That's a 23 to hit.
Definitely hits. Absolutely.
So he is hit by the arrow and
First blood.
takes an additional 2d6 poison damage,
Okay.
and his speed is reduced by 10 feet. And
Absolutely.
it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each of its turn that it moves 1 foot or more.
Okay.
The brambles last for a minute until I use this option again, or until any creature uses an action to remove them with an athletics check.
Okay.
So he will take 6, 10, 14 points of damage.
Okay.
7 of which are poison.
Yeah, you watch the arrow pierces between his dense scales. The frills on the back of his neck pop up, and they are orange and red, and it just lets out this wicked hiss at you. You guys have mostly not been riding the carts. That's been the expeditionary force.
Yeah.
You guys can jump onto a cart and make an animal handling check.
Mm.
So they're all. Renatal has listened to him. You just hear them sort of, yeah, right, and we're gonna start snapping horses.
Yeah.
So if you are running, if you are staying off the cart and attempting to outrun the horde, I need an athletics check. If you are jumping on the cart and attempting to outrun the horde, I need an animal handling check.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna start over here with THOZIN. What would you like to do?
I would run.
You're going to run. Okay.
Yes.
So you start running. Make me an athletics check, please.
Athletics. Okay. 14.
Okay. 14. Understood.
Can I make an argument with that I'm flying?
Sure.
That I can have it as a dexterity check? Acrobatics, essentially?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Mother.
so close.
That's bullshit.
It was like
it was definitely on it. No.
All right, that'll be 13.
A 13.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood.
I will be running, but I will act as the rear guard for
Okay.
the caravan.
Understood. But you're running to keep pace. Make me the athletics check. You do take a position as the rear guard.
That's an 8 on the athletics check.
An 8 on the athletics
Yeah.
check. Okay. Clever Stitch. You took your shot.
And then I, with my feline agility,
Mhm.
I can move double my speed until the end of my turn.
Great, because otherwise you were going to start to
Yes.
fall behind.
And so I'm going to do that and try and get up to the front to be able to start
Sure.
guiding.
Yeah. Make the athletics check, please.
7.
Okay. SARAID.
Can I cast something before I get on the cart?
Yeah. If you're gonna jump on the cart,
Yeah.
then you're not reliant on your speed. You do not have to dash. You can cast
So
something.
before sort of scatter, she's going to touch you and say, I am, the moment you showed up, my heart began to sing and soar, and I believe in you. You are one of the most capable things I've ever laid my eyes on. And heroism.
Ooh.
And before she gets on the cart, she's actually going to touch you too. So you get it as well. Very, very carefully. Slap you across the face.
Yes.
What
Heroism.
do I get from
Belcher, You
heroism?
get 3 temporary hit points.
Let's
Okay.
And
go.
interfere.
And you can't be.
Oh.
Yeah.
You can't be
Good.
frightened, which is the big thing.
And then I'm going to. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Animal handling, please.
Okay, 11.
11.
Not
Okay.
the worst.
Understood.
It's not the worst, Cody.
I know. It is not the worst. Fable.
Would I be able to? How wide is the road?
Yeah. So you're trailblazing mostly. It's not. There's not a lot of underbrush. But you guys are traveling. There is no set road.
Okay. Just then in the path, I will also be jumping onto a wagon.
Okay.
But after I do, or as I do so, 30 feet behind our team, in between our team and the lizard folk,
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a whole fucking sheet of ice.
Okay.
30-foot cube of ice.
Sure.
That I'm hoping to slow any of them down if
Yeah,
they're coming after us.
Absolutely.
Racial ability. Woo!
Yeah.
Long rest ability. Woo! So I'm doing that. And then I'm hopping on the fucking horse.
Okay.
Because I only have +1 in that, but I had a +0 in the other thing. So let's go.
Same.
I hate this game. Why do I do this to myself?
-1.
5.
Okay.
I can't roll today. God. But I made ice and I slowed them down.
You
All
absolutely.
I have to offer today.
You absolutely did. I need one.
Don't make me do this.
Your numbers got us here.
Hold on. Make me a survival check.
I have.
Oh yeah, go.
Yeah, please, you know.
I
Survival
think-
one, go.
You are the guide. I was going to take the guide or the scout.
Okay,
As a
I mean,
survival
I have a
check.
-1, so please, sir.
I have a +4,
That is
and
much better
then
than my
I
negative
get
one.
another +2 because it's a wisdom.
Okay.
So just not just D20.
Yeah. Just a straight up survival roll, please.
17 plus 6 for 23.
23.
Okay.
Ooh.
Clutch.
The horde sees you. It begins chasing you down. The ice uses the opportunity to. It slows them a little bit. It is a running fight. You guys casting and shooting arrows as best you can. SURAK, you do a wonderful job of being able to lead this caravan around through the forest to a point where the horde ends up passing you guys by. Whether they're deterred by some sort of rival area or you don't actually know. Maybe they just lose interest or they start doing something else. You guys are able to escape the horde. Okay. However,
Oh shit.
all
5
of
days
you
later.
all of you failed your
Checks.
Yeah, we
your
did.
checks.
Yeah.
So you would be taking 2 points of exhaustion.
Go.
However,
We take one.
you take
Because
one
of-
because
yeah.
of your
Fine weather.
wonderful weather. Okay. And because of the fear of being found by this roving war band
We keep
of
it of safety.
lizard folk. Yeah. You guys keep watch. Even the expeditioners, even when it is not your turn to watch, you don't sleep well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You are always on edge, attempting to prepare. So that exhaustion you actually can't get rid of until you stop traveling.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
a
Yes.
question that is relevant to this.
Please, yes.
So for now, for future, for whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Say, day happens.
Yep.
Fight happens. Great. You use all my spell slots, but I have a range. I never get hit. But I have 2 points of exhaustion.
Yep.
And we have 3 things.
Mm-hmm.
Can I choose 2 of those things to be exhaustion, and spell points, or do they have to be different things?
They have to be
You
different
can
things.
still only get back 1 exhaustion at a
Correct.
time.
Well, and
That's-
also
that was what I wanted
no,
to
Yeah,
but
it's-
exhaustion. You said it can't be gotten rid of until
Not
after we
right
stop
now.
traveling.
So
this specific.
right. So when we
Okay.
are in journey time,
Uh-huh.
that's all considered one
Yeah.
long rest.
Okay. got
So
it.
when the way this works, we're going to have another event,
Mhm.
then we're going to have the arrival,
Okay.
and that's going to be the shape that you guys arrive in.
Gotcha.
So then you'll be at the dig site. You'll have at least 1 point of exhaustion. If you guys lose any other hit points, or you might get that back, right? And then if you need to take
A
What?
couple of days.
Oh,
then
so for
we
this,
can.
so for this next event, because it's all in travel time, we don't have to roll at disadvantage with exhaustion. This is just something that, or we do have to roll at disadvantage for the second event.
you do because
Okay,
because
that's
you
what I
have
was trying to figure out.
after.
That's
because
what
you
I was
have
trying to
1
figure out.
point
Got
of
it.
exhaustion. Okay. So
It's like hard mode.
it just
Everyone
makes
got your backups? I don't.
it just makes the travel meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
No,
And-
I
I get it.
agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. I'm terrified. Oh my god.
Well, and when you think about the
We're so
source,
small.
right? When you think about
That's why I'm terrified. I know shit about this game.
no, like Middle Earth in general,
Mhm.
traveling is
Traveling's hard.
the entire
I
purpose
know.
Yeah.
of the game. but I think they found a good way to make it condense.
Yeah.
Rather than every day we're gonna talk about trees for 30 pages and roll a random encounter.
There is a blade of grass that is described for 4 pages.
But it was a damn fine blade of grass.
It's a super fine blade of
Super
grass.
fine.
All right, so here we go
And
again.
then day
Here
10,
we go, here
11,
we go
12,
again.
13, 14 pass.
Mhm.
And then
And then the 15th happens.
And
I would like
then the horde is upon us again.
Can
not
I-
the horde.
Can I change?
Yes, absolutely, please.
She's stressed the whole time. You're just summering up.
I don't want to.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, fuck it. She
Be-
touched him. Let's go summer.
Be fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna die soon anyway. Let's do it.
We gotta see all of you before you do.
We've seen 3 out of 4.
And that ain't bad.
Oh, I.
You had the lookout roll.
You collected them all.
You had the 17 on your lookout roll.
Yes.
Yes. So, as you guys are coming up on the early morning of the 15th day, you know that about noontime you should be making it to
This side.
the site. You guys remain stressed, tense, but you are cautious, right? The wagons are being packed up. SARAID, you're up on top of a wagon, maybe strumming your lute or your harp, playing a little music to keep people's spirits up as you guys are traveling gently. Also, just a bit of nerves. And as you cast your gaze outward,
What do my elf eyes see?
Your Eladrin eyes. We've very much just guaranteed this whole campaign is going to be rife with Lord of the Rings references, and that's fine with me.
yeah, you see a lone figure. So the woods here have become thinner. You are not in the dense, deep part of the forest anymore. The underbrush is still relatively thin. It's not terribly overwhelming. You spot an individual out there at a distance. What would you like to do?
Potions in the middle of the woods.
It's 120 feet. So I'm going to point to SURAK and use message.
I'm gonna say you can see him actually. I'll give you 300 feet. He's 300 feet away.
Okay. There's someone about 300 feet away. A lone figure in the woods.
That's not at all terrifying. Maybe
Can
he
I-
needs help. Maybe he got swarmed by the lizards.
Can I see anything about him?
Make a perception check.
That will be perception. 15. Whoa, sorry. 17. We're in the woods.
Yeah, absolutely. The figure is cloaked. He is looks masculine, as best you can tell. Relatively broad shoulders. Close to 6 feet tall. That's kind of all you got. He does not look. Make an insight check.
Okay. That'll be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's why I added the other two for 21.
Hence the two.
He looks like somebody that is very comfortable and capable of traveling by himself.
So one of my abilities
Mm-hmm.
is exact number says oh no, that's not going to be much. So he looks very capable of traveling through the woods. This is what we just
He walks with the stylings of a man that is in control. It is the way somebody would, if they were in their own home or their own kingdom, or
Do I get a ranger vibe?
mm,
Druid ranger
a
vibe?
little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah, yes.
Okay.
Like you know, he's not unfamiliar.
Words.
I would say you know he's not unfamiliar in the woods, but he does not make the woods his
home.
His home.
Yeah, he's
So ranger, not favorite terrain, sort of.
yeah, either like that. Yeah,
Okay.
How far out is he?
300 feet. He's traveling kind of in your direction, but
So-
also slightly parallel.
Okay.
I can.
If you
move-
guys decided to, you could, just to let you know, the scout can make a stealth check for you guys, and you could hide from him and attempt to bypass him altogether.
Or we could make
So I'm gonna fly back down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say to SARAID, I'll be like, "Oh, he seems kind of he's big, big tall guy. He
How
seems
big?
like 6 foot,
Oh.
like OLORUN size, and he seems to be he's on his own, and he's just kind of walking. I mean, I don't think he's going to pass where we are. So I mean, we could try, like, if he's going to pass, but like if we hide, no, I wouldn't say it. Or we could talk to him. He doesn't seem particularly, like.
I would say, actually, SURAK, you get a good feeling about this guy.
Well, that's the 21 inside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling about him.
I mind meeting a new friend. You said he's tall, right?
Yes.
Could you make out any features or anything?
Could I make out any features or anything?
Could I make out any features? Or anything?
No, he is oddly obscured.
Could I give him the ranger hello?
Speaks Ranger
Chin.
can't.
I speak ranger
Ranger
can't.
can't.
Squeaker, squeak, squeak 'em.
If that's not what
So
it is.
I can move full speed at stealthy without I can move full speed at stealth.
Mm-hmm.
So I could get up to him in like literally half a minute and just talk to him. Dude, should I
Jumping
go
off
talk
and
to
just
him?
picking up skirts and running after you.
Wait.
So I'm going to stealthily fly just right towards him.
Okay,
I
make a stealth check.
Oh my god.
Natural 20
Whoa!
for
yeah.
27.
Fuck you.
He is the sky.
Good, the bird's gone. All right.
Oh, you just
He just does that the wings disappear thing where you just arrow. The Doppler.
I lost the bird.
The Doppler effect.
Doppler.
Bird.
This campaign is just gonna be punny, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get out nearly enough of it. I was not a punny bard last time. I am going to do it all now.
Done.
Just a
So
delayed
Don't worry,
reaction.
mine is just gonna be full of double entendres, so it's fine.
You're running after him. What are the rest of you doing?
I would like to hide.
You would like to hide? Are you attempting to hide the rest of the caravan?
Probably not.
I'm gonna see when I see them start to run towards this figure, I'm just gonna follow after them.
Same.
Fine now.
Um,
Probably at a more respectable pace. Or are we
I'm
running?
not running.
Yeah, same. I stand with that one.
But I'm also gonna have like hand on the hilt of my sword just in case, because I'm not dumb.
Fable's making uncomfortable small talk. That's a really nice sword. It's very pretty. She's got her staff in both hands. Like,
And he's just like
it's nice.
he's just letting you talk. he doesn't know what to do.
And she does so.
But when I get to the trees above him, I'm going to assume I'm not undetected.
Yeah, you remain
Are
undetected.
you sucking up to the DM?
Well,
So-
you're a natural 20 for a total of
27.
yeah. His passive's not that high.
So I get up there and I just kind of like speak down to him and I was like, "Hello, friend."
Oh, hello there.
And I kind of like circle glide
hmm
and come on down to him.
As you look at him, you can see a very youthful face. It seems elven in some ways.
Oh, fucking shit. Why you got to do that? Continue. I'm
But
sorry.
you got a good feeling.
He
Yeah, I got a
has-
real good feeling.
He has sort of this red, bright red kind of coppery hair
Yeah, of course
that
it does.
is shaved very tight along the sides and kind of comes to a V, standing up, a bit wild like. His eyes sort of shift from green to red as you kind of go along around the iris there. What was the last thing you said to him? I apologize.
Hello.
Hello, friend.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm well. And it's at this point I'm getting features and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
and
He's looked up, and when he looks up, his hood naturally falls back.
So, what are the chances? I am fairly aware of what his race is.
It's not quite Eladrin. It's Elven, but it's
Elven but different.
Elven, but different.
And Elven but different is kind of my favorite thing.
It absolutely can be. Yeah,
I'm saying, is it though, or is it something that I can?
I will say, even him being you, your Fae is your favored.
Fae is
enemy.
my favorite enemy.
Correct. He is not.
God.
He is not specifically. He is no more a Fae than a normal elf
Okay,
would be.
you were saying like differences, and I was just like,
Elf are Fae-blooded.
Well, yeah, they're Fae.
but they are not. They would
But they're
not
not
trigger
Fae.
that. They are
okay,
humanoid.
cool. There we go. Okay.
I will say it looks like this guy was born an elf, and he is now something more.
Mm-hmm. Hello. We're
Hello there. Oh, is that your friend?
You were far.
He snaps his fingers, and you immediately have your breath and feel very cool, as though you had just been resting
Do
inside.
I know what that is?
It
That
is.
sounds awesome.
It is magic of some kind. You imagine you could accomplish similar tasks with multiple castings of like prestidigitation and maybe druid craft.
Ooh.
It's not quite like there's like a touch of lesser restoration in
Sure.
there, because you haven't been removed the exhaustion.
Warcan's oxygen tank.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it is just a chunk of different spells done very, very smoothly.
You are lost?
I am not.
You seem awfully proud of that.
It is a bit of an event when I get lost. No, that's somebody else. I do my best to go where I want.
God, you're a tall one, aren't you?
I can be.
Ah. Do you have a name?
Uh, make a persuasion check.
I love him.
I
I want to take him with us.
We may not have a choice.
I want to go where he's going. Ooh.
24.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, girl, what's your name?
Can I get your number?
You got-
Yo, the fact that your head is ridiculous.
Can I get them
digits?
Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it? Can I have it?
Yvonne.
Bug. French ass name.
I fucking love and hate all of
A
us.
little croissant.
He laughs and he goes, most of my friends call me Jack, but I suppose more proper term would be the Spelljack. as it were. Make a history check. SARAID.
He's a V.
Yeah, that's
Take him with us.
fuck your dick.
You can make one as well since you are there and heard his
Well-
name.
What kind of check are we doing?
History.
History.
Oh, that's intelligence.
Mhm.
17, 18, 19, 20.
Shit.
So the spelljack, there is old sort of fey myth, very much in Lickdrocht. Rotom elves have a much more normal mythology. It involves Corellian Lorethian and him gifting them in the Feywild and growing up there, blah, blah, blah. Elves of Lickdrocht have a mythic figure that stole magic from the wilds, that traveled all the planes, and he is mostly a boon to mortals, although those that cross him are known to suffer creative ends. But he is sort of a Promethean figure, that he stole magic and gave it to the elves, and they gave it
In
to
turn.
others.
Sure.
And he is known to hunt wizards and liches and figures of great magic and those that would hoard knowledge and steal it away from them.
Neat.
I love him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, whoop, whoop.
You'll have to excuse the bird. He's a little excited.
That's all right.
To be
I
honest, I'm a little excited too.
Oh,
We've been on the road for a very long time. And I have been stuck in this heat for a few days now. Have I mentioned how tall you are?
As a matter of fact, you
Wow.
have. I do appreciate that. That's
I
a
wonder if I
wonderful.
could climb you.
Sorry, you said spelljack?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the
The
spelljack. I
yes.
prefer the feels a bit pedestrian, and when you can be magnificent, why not? Right?
You're so funny.
At this time,
as much as a bird
OLORUN
can
will
side
walk
eye.
They're birds. It's all side eye.
Yeah, it's entirely side eye, just like
Birds are cute, but also weird.
I love everything that's
OLORUN will
happening.
walk up and be like, Miss SARAID, are you okay?
I'm alright.
I
Is he yours?
No, I'm very unattached. Very. I mean, sort of. I can be. What about you? What am I leaning on? There's nothing there. Hi.
can I insight your weather?
If you want.
I would like to. I'd like to.
Are you're 300 feet away? as far-
I'm with him.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah.
checking.
17. Do I know that you're hot and or bothered? Can I tell?
I think we all can.
I mean, at this point, dude.
I just kind of like worriedly not sure what's happening because she hasn't had a sexual awakening. Cool. I just like cantrip some ice. Oh,
Steam heat.
Mr.
so I'm just trying to like.
Mr. D.
You right?
Spelljack, are you headed anywhere in particular?
I am headed that way.
That. Which way did he point?
So the direction he gestures is kind of the direction you went. Make a survival check for me real quick.
Fucking hell, I'm loving this. That'll be 24.
There's a good chance he's on an intercept path with that lizard folk warband.
Huh.
Okay. So, not that you need our help, but there's lots of lizard folk where you're headed.
Good. That's perfect.
I thought so too.
They're a little mean, and they did chase us.
What were they wearing?
Dragons
Dragons.
for heads.
Dragons for heads.
It was close. Yes.
It's a better story when they're dragons for heads.
It was.
That's
They
a
were
good
wearing
story.
masks.
Some masks.
I ice make what it looked like.
Yeah.
But they were very shiny metal.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh,
I
well, we know where some are, but not this one. That
Well-
one's not real.
No. Yes. I'm hoping to run into those masks in particular. Usually they come with a bit of an incantation, and I am hoping to track down the inscriber of that bit of business.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it because it's the adamantine or the spell?
That's a bit of both. The adamantine is more of a calling card than the than anything.
Didn't we know some? You're not there.
No, I'm not.
Didn't we know some people who were looking for some adamantine?
Yes, we did. They were big too.
Oh,
They're
Bigger than me?
you.
I didn't get a chance to find out.
he you watch as he slowly enlarges.
Ooh,
He's
And all of this, like,
he
Olorun's
engorges.
just like
Yeah.
looking around and like confused at what is happening with everyone.
Yvonne pulls the
She
hand
passes
away.
out. There's a 3.
How did you do that?
I have that effect on people sometimes.
Do you need
Cold,
any
cold
help?
hands.
No, thank you. I appreciate it though.
Oh, okay.
It's very kind of you.
Well, you know. Yeah.
So
Okay.
should we?
Sorry, I'm just freaking out that we're just.
You can make a persuasion check if you would like.
Kind of want to
Actually, go ahead and make a persuasion
with
check.
him. I don't want to be like adamantine. We have to do that too.
Yeah, but then we're also like this
Abandoning
caravan.
This
that-
caravan.
Yeah.
Well, but also we have no way of knowing if we could be sure that the lizard folk were dealt with for the road. The idea of going with someone who could deal with them might make the road safer for the caravan in
But this
general.
is, we're also we are
We're almost there.
we're there.
Oh yeah,
at
that's, I
noon.
forgot. That's right there.
I
Yeah,
just,
like,
I
we'll-
just
we'll
love
be
the
there in,
idea.
like 2 hours.
I just love the idea that we're Ash Ketchum and we're going through the woods and we look up and there's
And there's
Ho-Oh
Ho-Oh.
just
Yeah,
going
just,
across.
That's literally
that's
it.
literally what just happened. We're
Yeah.
just like walking through the woods and suddenly God was like, "Sup?" and you're like,
That's cool.
so you said persuasion?
Let's try.
Yes, please.
9.
Okay.
That is not my forte.
Fable is panicked on the ground and just trying to cold touch SARAID awake.
Um.
So maybe wasting it.
She's just faking. She's not breathing.
Okay. He sort of smiles at you, because I appreciate the offer. It's very kind, but no, I think I will handle that myself. You're all from that school, aren't you?
Class of 75.
Exploratorium.
The Exploratorium. That's what it's
Yes,
called. Yes. Very cool. Very cool. I may stop by there someday myself.
Look us up.
Well, you look like this kind of person who has some really interesting stories. I'd love to exchange them if you come by.
I would love to as well. He'll shake your hand. But unfortunately, my my presence is required elsewhere, and I wish I could spend more time with all of you. But I do need to get going. But this has been quite fun. And he sort of, his eyes scan back the way he came. And SARAID, SURAK, you have a SARAID's out. SURAK,
Yeah.
you have a bird's eye view. You
Yeah.
can see pretty far. You can see the Badlands are kind of up ahead of you, and it's kind of in a ravine. And
Mhm.
these bunch of these little needles sort of point up, and just sort of over your gaze, you kind of follow where he is going. He looks back, and his hand just casts over there, and almost you see a pattern that you would have taken you a long time to find. And there is, in amongst the needles, this section that forms the Lickdrocht equivalent of an X.
Hi.
And he goes, that was I mean, I had an interesting stay. I'm hoping it's a wonderful stay for you guys as well. So I look forward to us maybe meeting again someday. Best of luck to all of you. Keep your magics free, right? Yeah, sort of my thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I take the cue from him like, yep.
Best of luck. And he sort of wanders on his way. Each member of the company, you immediately you're going to get a +1. And
2.
you have advantage on there are no more to come. I'm going to give you guys a you all get a single point of inspiration.
Ooh.
You can it is a D12 plus 1
Oh.
for until you return to town.
What?
Shit.
Wow.
So until you find another sanctuary, while you are journeying or adventuring, you bore witness to a great myth. He was a cool dude. He inspires you towards greatness, and that's something you guys can hold on to. When you go back to the sanctuary, you've kind of gotten back to your pedestrian life, and it's a great memory, but not something that is
But are
gonna
useful.
not gonna be able to inspire you forward.
So I rolled a history check, assuming I was going to ask him who the fuck did he say it was. Rolled a natural 20, then finally on that. So I like to assume she's heard legends of this from the circus.
Sure.
Do you tell her who?
I'd say
It was
you
Just the
probably
name. I recognized him.
did you hear the name?
No, I was still far away.
Oh,
That's why I was saying I asked after he left.
Oh.
Who was that?
He is called the Spelljack. Yeah.
She just will start regaling almost. She'll start regaling anyone who will listen with blown out of proportion legend stories about this guy. From probably not blown out of proportion, but like extreme legend stories from the circus.
I would say the circus probably does stories
Yeah,
of
that's why I was.
of him.
That's why I wanted to
Absolutely.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
just for flavor fun.
yeah. And any of you that did not go and meet him, having seen him and heard stories
It's
is
like
gonna,
meeting Santa.
Yeah.
is going to be enough to
yeah.
propel that forward. So the last part of our journey is called the arrival roll. You get a +1 for having had this great encounter. So making sure. However, that is modified by the -1 from having been chased by a horde. So those balanced out.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So the arrival phase, you guys have a -1 to your arrival,
a
based on
+1,
your
so
ter-
zero.
no, a different
Different
-1.
thing. Got it.
So, as the company completes the journey, they make a roll to determine the overall mood, demeanor, depending on exhortations of the guide, difficulty of terrain, blah, blah, blah. Guide, would you roll me a D8?
Who's that?
It's 100% you.
Got
you.
it. Right?
Oh, ew. 2.
My-
Extra 2
-1?
-1 is 1.
Does he add anything to it? Or is it just...
Well, we're still in the forest. Do I add?
No.
my-
You're in the Badlands now.
Oh, we're in the Badlands.
Yeah,
then,
this is
yeah,
you
yeah.
arriving.
So, but a solid 1. It's not plus anything. Like I don't put my wisdom or.
Nope. As far as I can tell, it's just a flat roll.
Then yeah,
It
2.
it is impacted by the events that you
Yeah.
you have been through.
So yeah. So
Um,
1. Solid.
Sorry, I can't.
We're all gonna do it though.
Yeah, we are.
So good.
This is whenever there's dead air. That's just what I'm just gonna randomly do. Is...
Birds.
All of you make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh,
Oof.
I wasted that nat 20.
You have a 1d12 plus 1 inspiration.
I'm about to use it.
Yeah, because this is the sanctuary we're arriving in, right?
No.
Oh no,
No, but we have the inspiration.
I know, but
Oh.
we can only use it once.
Is it only
Yep.
a once? I was gonna say.
I'm using it now.
I'm
You
using
can
it
all
now,
use
too,
it one time.
because I'm gonna
8
fail.
plus
And
5,
we're not
13,
arriving to a sanctuary.
You are
plus
not.
Okay.
No.
So it'll be gone until we're back in town.
Quite specifically, sanctuaries are places where you are. They are towns that you know and have homes in, or taverns that you stay in.
Sure.
So right now, Dorian's Dawn is your one sanctuary.
Yeah.
Other places, when you make friends, if you go to a town and you like make friends with a king, great, you have a sanctuary. Or you make friends with just a barkeep, or
Yeah.
you wander and you find a nice homestead, and the people like you, take care of you, and welcome you in. That becomes a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So over here.
19.
15.
14.
19.
18.
Okay. 15 is what we were looking for. Who failed? Okay. Sounds good. Do me a solid. There's a mechanic in this game that I'm not sure how I'm going to utilize yet. But when all of you encountered the horde, you should have gained what they call shadow, 2 points of shadow, and then encountering the spelljack, you would have lost 1, and then in those of you that failed, you would have picked up 2 more points of shadow. It's sort of despair. Just go ahead and write down 2. You'd have
3.
1, 1, 3, 1, 1, 3. I don't know what they do, and I'm not going to
Sure.
do the full Middle Earth thing, because in Middle Earth you have your shadow is I'm greedy and I must steal things, and like
Sure.
it gets very Middle Earthy about it. I think because we are dealing with these mythic figures, I think if you encounter dark mythic figures, the higher your shadow, the more they are likely to see you as a kindred spirit. And the less likely that positive figures are going to be cool with you.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
Before we get into
Mhm.
whatever camp on the way back, she's taking all but one of the things out of her hair.
Mhm.
She's taking the rest of the wire.
Mhm.
Or
Damn herself with it.
yeah, I'm just gonna hand herself the trace. She's gonna find THOZIN in camp.
Mhm.
Master Fahrenheit, I have a request. She hands him the wire. Could you make me as many of these as you possibly can out of that wire?
And what is this?
They're just
Little
spirals. It's the little springies that she had in her.
Yeah, this should not be difficult.
Thank you.
Do you need it by a specific?
As soon as possible, really.
Okay.
Mhm.
No problem.
And she will sit and watch.
I will start.
Fable's just sitting by the fire like, my lesson tonight is done. Okay.
I'll start bending wire.
Nope. Slowly, with a backing track.
And I'm like looking at it. I'm like, I recognize this wire.
Shit, this is my wire.
It's got my stamp on
This
it.
is so funny.
Well, guys, that is going to be where we end tonight. You can hang out for just a minute.
Okay.
I wanted to get a debrief on
And travel.
on the travel stuff. So I can make the charts a little bigger. The number of events I think is interesting. You guys rolled the 12 plus, where it's like you meet a mythic figure, or you're overrun by insurmountable odds. So I was like, all right,
Okay, no, let's do this.
yeah, why not both?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. Great. Part of me thinks that they have good potential for storytelling without doing sort of tedious rolls along the way.
Yeah, it feels like a condensed version of the random encounter chart, which is
Yeah.
nice.
The only question I would have is how badly like a level of exhaustion could treat us for like an
Entire travel,
like an
especially.
entire expedition.
Well, and when we get to the place, it's not a sanctuary, so we can't
Yeah,
get
we
rid of
can't
it.
get rid of it.
now-
So
Well,
the entire adventure.
No, we can get once we're there. now that
we
we're
stopped
there, we can
traveling.
take
we can
a
try
rest.
to. We just gotta sacrifice other stuff.
Yeah, but we haven't
it's
taken
still-
any hit
yeah.
points. We haven't
No,
taken
no,
any
yeah.
hit dice, so we can get rid of that exhaustion
My
before
concern
we do
is
anything.
that this is a regular problem, as we saw all of that entire first 2 years. You never think status effects are going to affect us like they do. The thing that doesn't kill us is the thing that kills us isn't the damage. The thing that kills us is status effects like this, and this is a perma status issue that we have to manage.
Was that just for this encounter though? Because we're afraid of this horde? Because
Yeah, 'cause
no,
now-
just in general with the
usually we would
exhaustion
be able
stuff
to
and the
see.
like,
Now-
whatever.
So now that you have stopped traveling,
Mhm.
you finally made it to your destination.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can
Take a day.
take a day and recover.
Yeah.
And recover the
Mhm.
exhaustion.
Okay.
Per Middle Earth, you don't get to.
Yeah.
You are
Yeah.
SOL, my dudes.
Yeah.
But they also have a number of other class features that can
Remove points. of
somebody
exhaustion.
can help you get rid of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Right. So it is a modified version
Mhm.
of that. It is not something that you guys cannot get rid of. You can't get rid of it while you travel.
We
Okay.
can make it moot at that
Right
point.
at that
Yeah.
point. But it like if you travel and you arrive somewhere, you arrive in a worse shape. You can also arrive in a better shape. That is the other option. So for instance, you guys got like weary to your bones. It's how you arrive. It's terrible. Everything is awful all the time.
Yes.
You hate life. But then you can arrive with an 8, right? Which is the journey has served to reaffirm the company's dedication to the struggles and their bonds with each other. Together they have weathered hardship, faced dangers, persevered, blah, blah, blah. Each member, and you guys remove shadow.
Mm.
Right. So you can gain benefits from your travel as you go.
Absolutely.
I'm not trying to punish anybody on good or bad rolls, but we're finding that the themes around Lickdrocht are these sort of mythic figures,
Yeah.
and I think us paying more attention to
The journey.
exhaustion, the journey, to the humanity
Yeah.
will serve as a bigger contrast.
My
to-
only concern was the fact that like exhaustion as it builds up, that's
It
But-
is absolutely
But if
deadly.
we have the
Yeah.
opportunity,
yeah, but
But
I just
before
wanted to make
the
sure we had the
adventure
opportunity.
starts.
Right.
Yeah.
For example, like I have lesser restoration, which
Right.
cancels out
Mhm.
one
shit.
condition.
Right.
So
Which can be
theoretically,
a level.
obviously-
Exhaustion, I think, is greater restoration, but you
Well-
will eventually get it.
correct.
The other thing that you guys can do, which this was not a good example for it, but over very long expeditions, you can end a journey early. You can
You can take a break.
You can
set up a camp.
you can stop and say we are going to either make a sanctuary or we're going to look for one
Sure.
okay,
and try to find one.
Okay.
that's
And so
Okay.
you can cut the journey short, and then you're stopping in a different town. You're having adventures there. You need to make friends where you're at so that you can rest, recoup, resupply, and then you can split journeys into legs.
I think it's taking. Speaking for myself, it's taking me a hot second to like rewire my brain from West March.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's, we got to do this now. So like if you just
Right.
we go from point A to point B.
Mhm.
This is a good way for us to travel longer periods of time between those. But now we also have the option of off-roading
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and not doing point B, creating a different one, which is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am working on the map of the area so that you guys can see and plot and we can fill that stuff in as we go. But I think we should give it a try for a little bit.
I like it.
And if it turns out not to be to our liking, we can always stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just trying to. West Marches was fun, and it highlighted some very different parts of the game. And we're doing a different game now, so
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
it to be
Oh, yeah.
different. I want it to feel
Yeah.
different. Same way with Star Chasers New Horizon, we're doing like skill dice, and we're doing other fun things like that. So
Doing 15 days of random encounter rolls would have been such a pain in the ass.
yeah,
Especially
would
'cause
have had-
we did that at one point
We
when
Yeah.
we were
had mostly
going
combat.
down into the
Yeah.
Underdark.
Like
It
that was how
Yeah.
Samandriel got sick. Was
Mhm.
random encounter roll.
Well, and for me,
Well,
what
not random encounter. It was a chantry board that we chose.
sure, yeah, but it was on the random
Oh,
encounter
you're
chart.
right.
Yeah.
My bad. My
No,
bad.
yeah.
But for me, those things were always like, you have a fight, you're gonna Nova out, and then the next day you have all of your stuff back.
And
Right.
then you have one fight during that random encounter.
Right.
You use all of your shit.
Right. And there's no reason not to. You should, please. Nova out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one of the things that happens in that West Marches game, when there's only one fight in a day, races or classes like Fighter and Rogue and Warlock are a little behind.
Oh yeah.
Their part of their advantage is their endurance, and they're being able to recoup things on short rests. When you have all of your spell slots for every fight,
Just be a wizard. Don't be a warlock.
yeah, becomes much easier.
Yeah.
Because you have little reason not to 6th level, 6th level, 5th level, 5th level, 4th level, 4th level.
Just max everything.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, like
Just-
why use your first level spells?
Exactly.
Whenever you can just 8th level fireball.
Right. So it's just a little different.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
I like it.
I'm hoping it works out well for everybody. I think we're currently doing we're I call it the Super Mario RPG. Other RPGs did it too, where you only where like everybody's in your pants and then the party jumps out of your avatar dude.
Oh
like in
yeah,
Final Fantasy VII.
the old
Like-
the
like you-
golden sun methodology.
Yeah. Like you only see the person you're
You
walking.
only see the
you only see
protagonist,
Cloud.
and then everyone else is.
And everybody's just like,
into the person.
but like when you stop and it's time to talk, like
They all come out.
they just pop out.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
It's amazing. I love it.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
Thank you,
there's some
thank you, I'll
games
be
that are like
confused
this.
with you too.
Legend of Dragoon does the same thing.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly that's the one that I
Okay,
played.
if you'd said Legend of Dragoon, I would have been like, fine, but they don't come out of your pants. That is the
I mean,
thing that I
but
got stuck on.
You hop out of like,
And I was
the
imagining-
main-
I was imagining the Nutcracker with Mother
Yeah,
Gingerbread,
sure.
and they all just come out
Yep.
of her skirt. Like that was an uncomfortable kind of image for D&D.
I mean, but it's that RPG. It's the old school RPG thing when you only had enough pixels for like one person at a time,
Yeah.
and then when you got to certain moments, it's like we're gonna bring everybody out to talk now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
Hop out.
yeah, they just all pop out of
I
you.
like it, and it's intriguing because, like, for example, like we assumed the second encounter was going to be a bad one.
Yeah.
So it's like it's almost like we're on guard,
Exactly.
but it ended up actually being the exact
Yeah.
opposite. So we don't
Mhm.
really know what we're
Yeah.
to expect.
This is
I like it.
I like
I like it.
Yeah.
until one
Okay.
of us dies of exhaustion. I like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There,
Well,
there it
Because
is.
it's such a
But-
but it's
but
also a thing.
you guys
if-
also have the choice to
To not.
stop.
No, absolutely. And now
Mhm.
knowing that, much better.
Yeah.
and if like I said earlier, like if it becomes a thing where we're like, this is clearly just making this game extra hard mode
We'll
for
figure it
no
out.
reason.
Yeah.
There's nothing that we're getting from it. It's just shitty. Then we switch it off, try something new,
hmm
and go from there.
Sounds good.
I like trying new things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
excited.
mean, just exploring
This
different,
is the time. To
different
be doing that
rules.
too.
Definitely.
you know, and you guys are gonna have the hardest time with this sort of stuff now when you're low level.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There may come a level where this does not matter.
You're immune to exhaustion.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're like, the cleric has so many greater restorations that it's fine.
Yeah,
We all
right.
have 2 levels of exhaustion, whatever.
It's no big deal. We got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick
So-
night's rest and a couple greater restorations,
Right, yeah.
and we're all gravy.
You
Yeah.
know what? That greater restoration was what kept Sam up for so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah, it is.
All right, guys. Well,
Oh,
I
sorry.
had a good night.
I
Thank you
enjoyed it.
for hanging
Yeah,
out. Thank you
absolutely.
for playing. Next week, I'm sure will be our first combat.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah, I
I'm-
thought we were gonna get it today.
I did too.
We
I'm
keep saying
surprised.
that.
I'm-
Kinda did.
A little bit.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
to, we got to
Look, I was ready
sling
to
some spells.
go full like radiant soul and try and like intimidate everyone. Also,
Yeah.
like start turning it, like jump and turn to like a flying angel person.
I love it.
I was
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I think it's cool that you guys have encountered
god.
encounter. Well, they're so
Prometheus. more.
Prometheus. but-
Prometheus. So
Who is the Titan? He's not. God,
yeah,
still.
one of the things I'm interested in this campaign. We did a lot of God stuff last campaign, and I think the world of Lickdrocht is one that is not deity focused, but
More like
is
folk hero focus.
myth focused, folk hero focused, right?
Except fables.
Yeah,
No,
Yes.
no pun intended.
Davy,
Stuff like
Davy
that.
Crockett, they're all gonna have songs now.
Can
Yeah.
I please
Hold
meet? No.
Oh, what's his name? Railroad guy.
Yes.
I knew you were thinking
Tom
of him.
Henry.
John Henry.
John
Henry.
Henry.
Tom.
John Henry.
Tom
He was so like, duh, it's
Tom
Tom.
Henry.
You were convinced that was the answer.
Where did I see Tom Henry recently?
Tom Hardy, maybe, is who you're
Tom
thinking
Jones?
But
It's not unusual.
There's the
Tom
Disney
Jones.
short about him is wonderful.
Mm,
Also,
Some of them make
this
me
is a fun group.
it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I
Also
like-
is.
I really-
Me
well,
too.
and I really like and this is also a testament to the switching of game styles. But like, I like the opportunities that we've already had to like meet each other and talk to each other without forcing it into a. We have to get this done tonight.
Right.
But also, I kind of want to talk about backstory stuff, but I can't because we
Thank
gotta
you, by
get
the
back.
way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
No.
for
And
letting me
then-
have that moment.
So
Of
yeah,
course.
it's like I like being able to do the
Yeah.
normal D&D things.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
so much of all of our backstories last time, I think, that never came out. We
Yes.
never got to talk about it. And here,
Right.
I think all of us have not secrets that we're hiding from people, like
No.
we don't trust each other,
No,
but that
also,
thing
we
of like
don't know
everyone
each other.
doesn't know each other all the way.
Yeah.
And so it's
I-
those fun opportunities to do the normal D&D exploring thing.
Yeah.
Last
I-
time I met her, I was 7. I know him from a hole in the wall.
We met during that 300-foot walk, and it was great.
That was more of a one-sided thing.
Is that not how you just are? I've known you for one adventure, and I feel like you're pretty quiet.
It's an
He's
opportunity to
just-
play with character dynamics.
It is.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
I wish we had been able to do that more in the previous one, but
It's okay.
But that's
We're
not-
doing it now.
Yeah,
We're doing
like,
it
that
now.
matters.
Which is
That's
fine,
just not what
because
West
that's
Marches
what
really
happens.
is, and that's fine because
Yeah.
that's what that game was, and now this is what this game
That
is.
being said, y'all still embrace those adventure backstory channels on the
Yeah.
Discord.
Yes.
Write some stuff. I've got
Absolutely.
write letters.
Oh, I got shit
Write,
to write now.
write diary entries. Let's go. Like, there's no reason we can't keep on
no,
exploring.
we absolutely should. And I think what that's going to also be really helpful on is for like Treasure and THOZIN.
Yeah.
Who, like they
Farlock.
Tell
Tell-
us.
tell-
Talrock. God damn it.
I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have
You're
to come
good.
up with a nickname.
All the G's!
Forge Man!
Forge
Sir-
Daddy.
Sir Forge Man!
Forge Daddy.
It's Forge Daddy.
Forge Daddy.
Or Zaddy.
Has to be a Z.
Great.
But the ostensibly
Well, this part is
they have been on this journey with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. That is the conceit that we are currently working with.
Absolutely.
When we know people's schedule for a little longer in advance and we can plan like, oh, this month is these people,
Sure.
right? Then we can be like, oh, you're off doing your own downtime thing. But for now, I think using those channels to fill that stuff in is going to be really good. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thanks for
Please don't die.
No problem.
Not like this.
thanks for being willing to try new things. Thanks for having new things thrust upon you. I meant to talk to you guys about it beforehand, but I just lost it.
It's all
So,
good.
thank you guys so much. We will see you at home next time. But until then, be cool.